All
Didn't they get
right.
rid of Facebook streaming?
I guess there are live Facebook streamers in the world. Say hello. Here's the real audio test. I gotta do this from my phone. But we do have a real audio test here.
Test test.
Test test. Here's the real audio test. Okay, I'm listening for it. Hang on. We're working out some kinks. Yeah. Hey, sounds good. I think it sounds pretty good. Audio test is successful. We've done it. We have figured out audio, Ender. We have done it.
That delay, though.
Yeah, the stream delay is a little rough. That was not a conscious decision. I promise you that.
Nah, you just gotta love that YouTube delay.
Oh, you gotta love that YouTube delay. Or at least I think it's just like the encoder delay from OBS. I don't know what it is. Who cares, though? We've got football. Ender, we got a lot of stakes riding on this one. A lot of stakes. Chargers looking to keep pace in the AFC West. Broncos got the win on Thursday, ugly as it may be. But it's 6-3 right now. A loss would put them 2 games under the Broncos, and it would put them right there in the lump with the Chiefs, who are also sitting on the outside looking in. Broncos have a huge matchup with them next Sunday. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh looking to hang on to they had a 2-game lead coming into this weekend. Baltimore won over the Minnesota Vikings today. Lamar Jackson starting to look really good, and that offense is starting to get clicking over there. And I think that defense is starting to play better as well for God, I can't think, Baltimore. So Pittsburgh's got some high stakes coming into this game because I tell you what, the NFL playoff picture does not like the Steelers if they lose this game, man. They'd still hold a 1-game lead in the AFC North, but the Steelers haven't really played a whole bunch of convincing football. Now they do have the nice win over the Colts. That does help them conference-wise. That does help them in that category, and obviously a win's a win.
We don't talk about that.
But the way it sits right now, if Pittsburgh doesn't win this game, Baltimore's got a lot, and this is not even a pun intended. Baltimore gets a lot of leverage in the AFC North going into this back half of the season. What make you of it? What are your thoughts?
After the game today with the Colts, I don't have many thoughts.
Foot yeah, football's got his brain fried. I had a couple of days, luckily, to recover from the Broncos game. So my football brain is still here. That's how we've managed to call 2 games on a Sunday. Once again, I need to start doing this regularly as well. I think
I'm just glad to experience what Broncos fans feel every time they play.
you've learned.
At least on the plus side, your team can clinch it in the fourth quarters. Ours has to wait till overtime.
We better. Except,
But it's been a very interesting week of football.
It has. There's been a lot of switch around kind of in this playoff picture as well. I should have had that pulled up because I want to see what that looks like again, just so I've got the numbers ready for as we're kind of painting these narratives here on the very tiny corner of the internet that we certainly occupy.
Just spitballing a few random upsets. Miami versus Buffalo.
What an upset.
Miami absolutely dominating Buffalo.
I could not believe that. Like, I saw, like, I was loosely paying attention after the game got to 16-0, and I'm like, okay, like, this is Miami. Like, the Bills are surely going to storm back and, like, kick the shit out of the Dolphins. And then it never happened. Like, we never got the Josh Allen heroics that I think the entire country was waiting for. I feel like the Dolphins are good for one random win against the Bills every year. Or they're good for, like, one random win against a good team in the AFC. Because that was how the Pats were for a while with Tom Brady.
It's just something weird about Miami. Miami just has that one just strange win. And it just so happens to be the Buffalo Bills who beat the Kansas City Chiefs last week.
I'm convinced that the Miami Dolphins are a psyop.
I'm beginning to think Tua Tagovailoa is like a spy or something.
He's a fucking Soviet spy.
This dude,
Dude was a fucking Soviet spy. Uh, oh boy. Touching on these playoff positions right now, Colts hold the 1 seed in the AFC. They've got the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Broncos. Broncos do have the 2 seed over the New England Patriots by virtue of better conference record, which is good. Steelers going into this Sunday night football matchup hold on to the 4 seed. Chargers in the 5. NFL.com doesn't like them a whole lot. They still have a better chance than not to make the playoffs if they lose this, but that tanks to just about a coin flip. Meanwhile, Bills still sitting with the 84% probability, even if they drop that game to the Dolphins. And then the Jags barely hanging on to that 7 seed. They're tied with the Chiefs, and they hold that tiebreaker via the head-to-head. And then the Texans sitting in the 9 with a 4-5 record. And then the Ravens' odds are really good for the playoffs, given the fact that they play in a dog water AFC North. I mean, really, even though Cleveland lost, they're realistically still only 3 games back of the division, which, granted, with like 8 or 9 games to go, depending on the team, like, still doesn't look great. But I mean, Cleveland's not fully dead. Neither are the Bengals, of course. Bengals still have a very outside chance to win that AFC North. I really feel like here, if Pittsburgh wins, the Bengals' playoff probability probably shoots up 10%. Because then at that point, they're 2 games back of... They're a game back of Baltimore, and then they'd be 2 games back of the Steelers, which I feel like with the brand of Steelers football we've seen this year is a make-upable amount of games. I'm not saying the Steelers aren't good, but I'm also not saying the Steelers are that good.
the Steelers seem to be iffy unless your name is the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, and then the defense decides
In
to
which
work.
Yeah. If your name is the Indianapolis Colts, the Steelers seem to fucking turn into prime
They
Patriots and dominate.
They turn into prime Jesus Christ. They turn into football Jesus.
The Colts are cursed when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think we're just a few moments from kickoff here. Jim Harbaugh in his 2nd season as the Chargers head coach, 17-9 record with him. They lost the wild card last year to Houston and the Strouds. That was a very interesting game too, if I remember that. Are you repping a jersey tonight, Ender? I got the old Stokely jersey on. Damn, that's crazy. Oh man. Hey, big number 86 already getting a beer in him. Attaboy, attaboy. You gotta drink a beer at a football game. There's no other way to do it. I don't think Ender Games drinks though.
I do not.
Damn. Listen, if we ever find the time, opportunity, or money, or really all 3 combined to go to like a Broncos Colts game, you gotta get a beer with me, man. I'll buy.
I might drink then because that's a special occasion.
Fair enough. Oh, just a few moments.
Looks like they're taking the field, ready for kickoff.
Yes, sir. Cameron Dicker on to boot this thing away. Only 7 touchbacks this year on 50 kickoffs, which is kind of ridiculous. I know touchbacks have been down this year, and like the kickoff has definitely been more of an action play. But even still, we've definitely seen our fair share of kickoffs here. Both special teams.
Isn't this the first year they put the kickoff at the 35-yard line?
Yeah, there's actual punishment. Here we go. He shanks that. I've accidentally made the ball big. He shanks that. That's going to go out of bounds, or short at least, to the kicking zone, and that is going to put the Steelers right at the 40-yard line to start this first possession. That's an early way to shoot yourself in the foot if you are the Chargers. Goodness gracious.
Was he aiming for somebody in the crowd there?
I think somebody must have flipped him off in the crowd for them to for him to boot it that way, man. So here we go. It's been kind of an average Chargers offense coming out here. They do have some good pieces there. That center to right guard combination seems to have been doing pretty good for him. roughly 14th and 15th via PFF. And here we go, 1st and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's old man Aaron Rodgers coming out under center. 1st and 10, they snap it, toss it out right side. That is Warren, and they're going to whistle it dead. Looking like we're going to get a false start here on the first snap of the game. So back-to-back penalties on these first 2 plays on the first snap of the game. And that is a false start on number 71 there, Pete there, for the Steelers. Back them up 5, and that is going to put them where a touchback would ordinarily put them, at the 35-yard line. No idea what's going on. There's some sort of bullshit voodoo magic going on in this game. But it is what it is. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Pittsburgh Steelers now, coming off of that penalty here. Should have them set. Does have them set at the 35. We got another weird stoppage. Referees are talking about something here, and I'm not sure what this stoppage is. DK just looks irritated.
Probably pointing Aaron Rodgers to his bedtime.
He's like, all right, man, you get sacked once, it's you're going to bed. DK's like, what is he talking about? He's like, oh yeah, we're just getting you guys some Ambien, man. All right, cool.
Aaron Rodgers needs his caffeine before he plays.
Got Perk Rogers out here in the backfield with number 30. Call that backfield Perk 30.
41 years old, from California.
Yeah, he might as well be a dinosaur at that point. He probably saw the meteor. Here we
Drafted
go, finally.
2005.
1st and 15.
I was 4 years old when this dude was drafted.
Dropping back now. Short drop for Rodgers. Now looking to his right side. Slings it out. Warren barely hangs on to it going down, and he's only going to get about a gain of 2 out of that. No idea how he even hauls that ball in. Just kind of ends up being a bit of a noodler from Rodgers on that. He looks angry at himself with that. Hey, 17 touchdowns for Mr. Rodgers this year. Most by a Steelers quarterback since 2021. And that was, I want to say, Big Ben's swan song? Maybe the year before the Big Ben going away party. Definitely, I mean, bad look for the organization, too. Snap on 2nd and 12 out of the gun. Rodgers slinging it to the right side. Gets up to the 45-yard line. That will make it 3rd and 5 there. Calvin Austin in on the catch. Gets the Steelers into a much more manageable position. What was, I mean, hell, just kind of looked like the Chargers were running a bit of a lazy zone there. Nobody there between the flat or the middle linebacker to really cover up Austin. I think Austin saw that and just bailed to that side. Or at least just tried to sit right there. They call it a gain of 6, or however many it was. It was 2nd and 12 before that. 3rd and 4 now. It's a gain of 8 up to the 46-yard line. So my spot was awful. 2 receivers to the left side. Rodgers, short drop, pumps. Now he's scrolling, running around the pocket, and he misses Calvin Austin at the sticks. Just yanks it a little bit too far there. It's going to be 4th and 4. Steelers are going to bring on the punt team now. They had, I mean, hell, I still think there's a bit of like a chemistry thing, I think, with Rodgers in some of these receivers here. Austin definitely trying to roll out a little bit. A little bit of contact between him and the DB, but Rodgers definitely ends up yanking that ball. It'll be Watman on for the punt. And that is, we're going to see a man
very fast 3 and out on that one.
Very quick 3 and out. The penalty didn't help him for sure. It's, we're definitely talking about a new Steelers set of downs there, if not for that false start. So, early shot in the foot there by the Steelers on Pete. And that is going to bring out this Chargers offense. They're going to be backed up roughly to their own 10-yard line. Let's see where the refs place this thing down, but it looked like, they're going to spot at the 11. So, we get the yard there. Chargers, not quite in the shadow of their own goal line, but they're really one disaster of a play away from being right there. Here we go. It's been a very, very high-flying Chargers offense for the most part of the year. It's going to be single back set for Herbert. They're going to motion number 86 into the backfield to play a fullback. Hand it off, going right side. That is, I actually don't remember. That is Kaimani Vidal, I believe, and he's going to get nowhere. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Couple of Steelers in attacking on that one. And at least on this first snap, and maybe you can be the one to verify, looks like they've kind of picked up where they left off against Indy. At least through one play.
Yeah.
It's a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Chargers with 4 down, or Steelers with 4 down linemen. Play action to Vidal. Rolling left, he's got a man. That is number 9, and that's going to be a loss of 1. Steelers DBs getting into the backfield quickly, snuffing that thing out. That is Eccles there on the tackle. He had another man back with him. And that's going to set up 3rd down, so neither team really getting it going here offensively on either of these 2 possessions. Number 9, that is Harris for him. I believe he is a tight end.
Feeling it's going to be a game of punts.
It's going to be a whole new brand of Thursday night football here. Brandon Eccles was the one on the tackle. He's having himself a decent year. 1 INT, a couple of pass deflections. 3rd and 9 after the loss of 1. Steelers bring 4 on this one. Justin out of the gun. It's going to go in and out of the hands.
Just like that.
Number 86 there. He was looking left side, unable to find his man. He's looking for number 86. I didn't get a last name on that one. That's going to bring up 4th and 9. And we are going to get another punt. So 2 back-to-back 3-and-outs here by both of these offenses. And the Chargers did not even need a penalty to help do it to themselves. That is Gadsden, one of their other tight ends. I think he's been a kind of reliable guy. So it'll be Scott on to punt this thing. 50.4 average on the year. He'll be punting this, or at least getting the snap about 3 yards deep in the end zone. Barely gets that thing off. Looked like somebody was about to converge on that.
Horrible punt.
Yeah, no, that's they're gonna call that out of bounds somewhere on the other side of the 50. We'll see where they spot this. They're gonna give the Steelers the Charger 45. Immediate outstanding field position here for Pittsburgh. Goodness gracious. And that's going to take us to our first commercial break.
In your own end zone.
Yeah. I mean, hell, honestly, I watched Jeremy Crushin in a few of those situations on Thursday night, dude. There were 2 punts that he shanked bad. And then there was one that just came off his foot on a line drive that week. So, honestly, like, bad punting isn't something I'm not accustomed to this week, but my God, Scott he got nothing out of that. That's maybe a 30-yard punt. We'll see what the actual numbers call it on that, but bad kick. We have gone to our first commercial break.
Farther.
Yeah, I think at that point, I mean, you just let Herbo drop back and arm punt it.
I was about to say, you might as well just throw it, because obviously you didn't kick it.
That's no shit. Player
stats. You gotta kick it like you mean it.
You gotta get your foot on it accurately, too. Yeah, so J.K. Scott, they give him 34 on the kick. That's tough, dog. Bad first punt there by the Steelers or by the Chargers, and a bad first couple of drives by both of these teams. Steelers could have gotten a first down there. They shoot themselves in the foot on the first snap of the game with a false start penalty, and that was Pete, I believe their left tackle or their left guard, number 71. And then after that, just couldn't get anything going. It was a 5-yard or a couple yard from Jalen Warren out of the backfield, and then about a 7-ish yard catch from Calvin Austin, and then after that incomplete, also targeting Calvin Austin. And then the Chargers just get absolutely nothing going with Vidal, who is still starting for them. I believe they are still down a couple of running backs. Yep, they are down Amari and Hampton, so they are rolling with Vidal. And then they've got Jarrett Patterson behind him, and then it's Travion Williams in the 3rd string. But I mean, man, at least one drive in, it looks like maybe the Steelers are starting to get the defense figured out just a little bit. They've been awful all year. Had that really nice showing against the Colts, and I apologize for bringing them back into this. And then, yeah, maybe they're finally starting to get a little bit of momentum going for them after that kind of a showing against what has been the league's one of the top 3 offenses so far. Walmart's guy.
So far, it's been only 2 minutes of this game, and we've already seen 2 drives, both ending in nothing but a punt.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns would be proud.
Oh, so would the Jets. Here we go. Rodgers going to come out in the gun. It's going to start trips bunch left. They're going to motion 15 over to isolate on that right side now. I believe there's a tight end over there as well. Takes a snap, hands it off. Jalen Warren going right side, able to wiggle through a little bit of a hole there and gets maybe 3 on that. It's going to set up 2nd and 7-ish. Steelers with outstanding field position for this drive after a bad punt by J.K. Scott. Only 34 yards on the kick. And they are starting with some outstanding field position. I don't believe the Google has.
I mean, all they really have to do is get just a couple more yards, and they're already in field goal range.
Oh, exactly. It's going to be Rodgers in the gun, 2 receivers on that left side there. You got a tight end in as well. Rodgers snaps, hands off to Warren once again. Looks like a bit of a draw play
Hits
there.
a brick wall.
Yeah, it goes absolutely nowhere. Chargers front 7, definitely not having it. That is Perriman coming in and laying down some of the wood there, and Warren's going to come out of the game now. Yeah, 6, that linebacker Perriman, one of their
Looked like
good
he got hit
inside
by
backers.
a vehicle.
Oh, yeah, car crash. That's just classic one-on-one Oklahoma stuff. It's hell, that's what the Tunnel of Love drill was for in high school. Did you ever do that?
I did not.
Damn. Trips bunch left. Now they're going to move Jonnu Smith over to the right side of the line. The 2x2 set bunched in pretty close on both sides. Rodgers dropping back now. Look in, rolling out of pressure now. Rodgers setting up and heaving one down the field. He had DK Metcalf with a step over Wilson, but it's incomplete. Overthrows DK Metcalf there on the run, and that's going to bring up 4th and 5. And Rodgers
Never
is
thought
hot.
I'd see Aaron Rodgers overthrow it.
That's a certified overthrow from Mr. Rodgers in the neighborhood. Who gets in and creates that pressure? 45, that is Tuilap, however you say that. Yeah, he's the one that kind of initially gets in and flushes.
9-yard field goal.
And honestly, I don't think there's anyone I'd rather have than Chris Boswell attempting this. It is down, kick is up, and it is good. Chris Boswell, the coach proclaimed serial killer, able to boot this one through from the logo. Chris Boswell is a weapon. I don't know if he's as much of a weapon as Cam Little might be, but he's definitely close and certainly one of the more reliable kickers in the National Football League. So that will take us to another commercial break. 3-0 Steelers in a game where already field position playing a huge factor. Chargers had to punt from inside their own 15.
Get your guy. You got to get your opponent further than goddamn free throw distance.
Pretty much. I mean, hell, I'd argue that was even closer. I think they're just in 2-point range at that point. Definitely
like at that point, you pretty much just punted them in the field throw range.
Yeah.
You might as well just hand the ball to them and say, here. That was the same issue that played Atlanta in the game today. They just couldn't get the kick off.
Oh. Let me see.
It was the kick going to the return that just really shot them in the foot.
It's not AI. Language, la-di-da-di-da. Okay, I was looking for something on there. Yep, we are in our second Sunday Night Football commercial break. They're showing me Pizza Hut. I just had Domino's, unfortunately, for Pizza Hut, so I'm certainly not feeling it. I've just watched a snowman lose his head. That's tragic. Man, you gotta think of the family that had to see that on TV, man. Not the snowman.
Oh, great. Gore, my comfort character.
Oh, God. I remember the first time I saw that tweet just, like, floating out in the ether. It's like, oh, I think the way I saw it, it was, had, like, the one SpongeBob fish, and it's like, oh, that's Gore. That's Gore, my comfort character. It's like, oh, no. God damn it.
Just looking back at some of the games we had today.
Yeah.
Talk about the Falcons versus Colts going into overtime.
Yeah, what a game that was over in Germany. Talk about that's probably the best game out of the international series we've had thus far this year. It's the only one I can really think of. I've kind of wiped away the Broncos Jets London disaster. Ooh, I did not mean to delete that.
I think what really shot them in the foot was the fact that Colts were able to return several of the Falcons' kicks with damn good field position.
Oh, for sure. The Colts definitely won that field position battle just by virtue of those returns. We got Boswell on to boot this thing away now. Give it back to the Chargers. That'll be fielded at about the 5-yard line. Ran out. Here we go. 20, runs into a wall at the 30, and that is roughly where he's going to be down. They might call that maybe the 31-yard line, depending on how he fell forward, but it's a nice return there by Williams. Man, Chargers.
I got the ESPN thing up on the side so I could see like what the play was.
Oh, hell yeah.
That way I can get like the actual information. The only issue is it's ahead of the stream I'm watching. It's like, okay, well.
Getting it spoiled. Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Bunch set, 2 receivers on that left side with a tight end in there as well. Herbert back to throw. Had a little pressure coming in, able to get it away and straight through the fingertips of Ladd McConkey. He's been kind of having his own version of a sophomore slump. Of course, all receivers and quarterbacks have different sorts of sophomore slumps here, but McConkey has still been good this year. It's just been, he has not been the same McConkey we saw as a rookie last year. Little bit overthrown. I think it's slightly too high for him to really get to. I think he could have jumped a little higher for it if he could have got his head around faster. Here we go, 2nd and 10, empty set here for Herbert. He's got 3 receivers on that left side of the formation. Motions 86 over from his own 31. Throwing it now short to Quentin Johnston, who breaks out of a tackle, and he will get up to around the 40-yard line. They're going to say he's short about a half a yard. It's going to go down as a gain of 9 there, and that'll set up 3rd and extremely short. And I'd be shocked if the Chargers don't bring out Mr. Matlock, a big defensive lineman they've used as a fullback. And you know what? We saw some of that today in the New England game. There he is. You know what? It's not a new phenomenon. Chargers.
44.
Big number 44. They're going to tush-push Herbert, and he gets stood up.
My God, they failed the tush-push.
They failed the tush-push. He gets stood up at the line of scrimmage, goes absolutely nowhere. He went further up.
Why did they do it to Matlock? Why did Herbert run it?
That's no kidding. Yeah, I think he gained more altitude than he gained distance.
I said, at that point, give it to Matlock. He's a big dude. He can get that tush push in.
I think Harbaugh was kind of losing his shit right there. So here we go. They're going to line up to do it again. Matlock and the running backs behind Herbert. They try a hard count. Don't get it. Now everyone's just kind of standing there. They snap it. And they barrel forward. Took them 2 tries to barely get a yard there, but they manage it, and that'll be a Chargers 1st down.
And
now for the Broncos,
so
the rooting guide.
Direct snap to Matlock.
That's no kidding. I mean, you do that every play, and you might get 3 yards per play out of it. You can run a drive like that. No, so if you're a Broncos fan,
he's a big dude. He can push that.
If you're a Broncos fan that has happened to join the stream here, just trying to be more of a football psycho like Ender and I, your rooting guide, you are rooting for the Steelers tonight. As weird as it sounds, it had put the Chargers 2 games back of the Broncos in the division. Single back set now for Herbert. Under center, he's got 2 receivers left side, pitches it, trying to work back to the right side there, and that is not going to go hardly anywhere. They're going to get Patterson down after maybe a gain of 1. I think they about splattered him with a bunch of black and gold right there. I tell you what, this Steelers defense is playing ferocious tonight, man. I'll tell you that much. They are.
Yeah, just wish their offense could do the same.
Hey, I mean that's Steeler football, boy. 2nd and 9 now from the Charger 43. Herbert in the gun, 3 receivers to the left side, trip set. Herbert under pressure, has to sling one out there, and what a catch by Gadsden, number 86. Doesn't go for a whole lot there, but it definitely makes it a more manageable 3rd down for him. Looks to be a gain of maybe 5. It's going to make it about 3rd and 4 for the Chargers, up just past maybe their own 45-yard line, or maybe at about the 44, 45-ish. Yeah, that's a great catch by Arani Gadsden there. He's been having a hell of a good season for him so far. Rookie 5th-round pick. I remember seeing, here, I'll talk about it in a second, 3rd and 3 from their own 49-yard line, so I underestimated the field position. McConkey going to motion from just around on that trips on the left side. Herbert sitting in the pocket, almost intercepted.
Almost picked off. 24 is beating himself up for that one.
Yeah, that's Joey Porter. He knows he should have caught that. I guess the old adage goes, that's why they're playing corner and not receiver. Because they ain't got no hands. Who's he looking for there? So I think it's McConkey he might be looking for on just a short undercutting route here. No,
Well, that was
yo,
actually
yeah,
perfectly
he
blocked.
was looking for Keenan Allen on that. I don't know if Herbert just doesn't see the guy or what, but it's going to be another punt here for the Chargers. Not quite a 3-and-out for him this time, but more of a 6-and-out than anything. It's going to be J.K. Scott looking to redeem himself after a bad first kick, and this one looks to be nice. Flying into that LA air. That's going to
Well,
bounce at
thankfully, in
the
this one, he has
11.
no choice but to punt it past the 50 because
Yeah,
he's at the 50.
pretty much, and that is going to pin the Steelers back inside their own 10-yard line, or their own 15 at the very least. And that will take us to another commercial break. 6:47 to go in this first quarter. And man, it's already been 4 possessions and a whole lot of nothing going on. Oh, but if you are just joining us, we have just entered another commercial break. I am calling the game with someone who's grown to be a pretty good friend of mine, Mr. Ender Games. And it's a good night for football, man. Good night for football. We can talk about some of these other games here while we're kind of sitting in commercial break. I can go pull them up on Google myself. You got a particular one you want to talk about? We kind of touched on the Colts a second ago on that last commercial break.
I hate to bring it up. We always got Thursday night football we need to talk about because, my
We do.
lord,
yeah,
that was...
we can talk about Thursday night football. Yeah, that was one of the games of all time. For sure. Bo,
football game.
I think my takeaway from that Thursday night game is, like, I'm a little worried about the process with Bo right now because, like, there are some kind of weird trends that, like, we kind of got shored up last year that feel like they're kind of rearing their head again. It really feels like Nix isn't setting his feet, is part of it. Like, his footwork has looked messy. He's not using his legs when he definitely has the athleticism and the opportunities to do so that crop up in games. And quarterbacks being able to run can really help keep a defense honest. So I don't know if it's just a conscious decision by Bo to try to use his arm more, or if it's something that the coaches are telling him, like, to not use his legs as much. It's been a weird, like, almost bizarro version of Bo Nix. And I think my other big...
Looking at the stats here,
yeah,
Bo Nix attempted 28 throws, only made 16 of them.
only went for
Threw
150.
for 1 touchdown and got off twice.
One of the picks wasn't completely his fault. I don't know. So there was the second one that he was throwing that the ball hits Troy Franklin right in the chest, and it bats up into the sky and gets dragged down for the second interception by Q Blue Kelly. So I don't know if it was like Bo overshot Pat Bryant on that play or what even happened, but one of those picks isn't...
It was ugly.
It was a fugly game. As much as people want to say, like, that game is proof that the Broncos should have traded for a receiver at the deadline, I think it's more of an indictment on Bo Nix. We can talk about that more here in just a few...
At the end of the day, it's a win.
A win is a win. Steelers have awful field position here, starting at their own 11, single back set for Rodgers. He'll take this from under center. They motion the tight end, big number 80, Washington. They'll pitch it out to the right side, and that is going to go
like
nowhere. That's a loss of 2 on that one. They pitch it to number 20, trying to go out right side. Of course, Jaylen Warren has kind of been the best running back for him this season. Of course, backups got to get in, fresh legs and all that. Running back rotations and all of that. That's how Mike Tomlin does his
99,
stuff.
a big boy.
That's a big number 99 right there. Yeah, they just try the little pitch out there and just unable to find any blocks right there. Yeah, absolutely nowhere. And that's the thing with these defensive linemen as well. Like, they can be as big as you want to think they are, but they can move laterally really, really well. Brings up 2nd and 12. Rodgers will come out in the gun for this one. 2 receivers on that left side. They snap it. They hand it off, going right side once again.
Nowhere.
Lowers his shoulder, and I don't even think they've gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Or they gotten a little past it. Up to
5 yards on that one.
That's not going to get him into a good situation at all.
It'll be 3rd and 7 now.
It's Caleb Johnson, the rookie out of Iowa, 3rd round selection for the Steelers, getting some touches. They're going to bring him out of the game here on 3rd down. We'll see what they call it.
39 at Pittsburgh's own 9-yard line.
Say, yeah, I think it's 3rd and 7. 2 receivers and a tight end on the left side of the formation, bottom of the screen. Running back kind of splayed out to Rodgers right a little bit. Couple of adjustments getting made. They got to snap this thing. Here we go. Rodgers back to his own end zone. Now he's got to escape a little bit, dancing around. He fumbled the ball. That's going to be a safety at the very, very least. And
Why
that
did I
is
say
a
touchback? That is a
safety.
safety.
Throw a 2-on for the fucking LA Chargers. That front seven
That was
tracks him
cursed to
down.
see.
Rodgers just kind of Rodgers just bobbles the ball a little bit, falls on it. And I'll tell you what, we got a good ball game here in the top of the third inning. 3-2 ball game. The bats are really coming
3-2,
alive
that
for
is
both
such a
of these
curse.
teams. It's Khalil Mack that Rodgers just has to tango with, and pretty much at his own goal line, and that's a tango he's not gonna win at 41 years old. The safety for the LA Chargers, and they're gonna get the goddamn ball back.
Rodgers sacked at Pittsburgh's 3 for minus 12 yards, fumbles it and recovers it back in the end zone.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh. So we're gonna go to the bottom
of baseball score for a football game.
Here we go. We're gonna go off here to the bottom of the third inning now. 3-2 ball game. Oh my goodness.
Chargers up the bat now.
Yeah. Justin Herbert gonna come on to lead them off here. Oh man, I love stupid games like this. I love stupid games like this.
I'm not good. I'm new to football, sort of. Safeties.
Screw it. We're on Scorigami watch now with a safety. That is going to be punted into the air, fielded at the 10. And here we go on the return up to the 20. It's going to meet some resistance at the 32, and he will be down at the 34-yard line. That is Davis, number 12, on the return, and that will bring out the Chargers offense. See if they can do anything. As it stands, defense has done more than the offense so far, scored more points on the game.
If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I am angry at myself.
If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm asking why I dropped so goddamn far back. He did not need to drop back to the goal line.
You know you're at your own goal line. Why would you go into your end zone?
Here we go. I form for Herbert. Matlock comes in at fullback. They've done that all year. Handoff to Vidal going up the middle, and still not a whole lot there. Run game has not really been working for either team tonight. And even bringing in big number 44 Matlock for him, unable to really get anything. And you know what? We saw the Pats bring in a defensive lineman to play fullback for him on the drive that put the game away. That Travion Henderson touchdown that he breaks off to really, like I said, to put it away. Man, big block by the defensive tackle. 2nd and 7 now. Gun set. Vidal goes in motion right to left side. Now he's going to rejoin Herbert to the left. 2 receivers, left side of the screen. Now they send him to the right side. Herbert dropping back. Short drop. Now he's going to scramble a little bit. Puts the ball down. And boy, that's a hell of a tackle he takes there at about the 40-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 2. That is going to bring up another 3rd down here. Neither offense really able to get out of their own way at this point, and in a one point
I think
game.
for the first time we're seeing a deadlock.
Yeah. 4 minutes and change here left in this first quarter. Chargers looking to do anything up to this point, and Steelers defense playing like the defense of old here. Jalen Ramsey seems to have been a good idea to put it safety for him. Trips to the left side of the Chargers formation. Allen's going to tighten up a little closer to the actual line. False start, flags down. You could see that from a county mile away. It's that backup left tackle for the Chargers that they're going to pin on this. Who do they got on that?
35-yard line.
That's going to be new trade acquisition Trevor Penning, who they got at the deadline from the Saints. That they're going to, or is that or do they get the left guard on that one? No, that's Penning.
Bring out 3rd and 9 at their own 35.
Yeah. Man, you can't jump that early.
That dude's face mask. That dude was in a whole ass cage.
3rd and 9 now, 2x2 set for Herbert in the gun. He's got Vidal to his right side. They're going to motion McConkey across the left side of the formation. Herbert pumps, then throwing, and it's behind Quentin Johnston. It's going to go incomplete there. Herbert just a hitch behind Johnston on the throw there, puts it behind the receiver, and that is going to bring up 4th down. Punt team is going to come out, and neither team is even averaging 2 yards a play for this entire game. We've had multiple possessions on both sides now, and the Chargers are leading.
This whole drive has gone 1 yard.
Jeez. Gonna bring J.K. Scott out for his third punt of the night. Chargers got the ball off of a safety, unable to do anything with it. Scott had a chance to have that blocked, but it's not. This will be fielded at the 15-yard line, returnable. That is up to the 20, spinning around, and he will be knocked down at the 21-yard line. That is number 85 for him. I saw a WH on the back of his jersey and nothing else, so I'm gonna have to go find who that punt returner is for them here. Let's see if I can find that. Where are we?
Looks
There's
like
the defense.
it's
Special
going to be
teams.
Crushin Williams
Kashawn Williams.
to return that.
Yeah, backup Kashawn Williams. I wonder why Calvin Austin wasn't out on that, because that is kind of his gig there. So we've gone to another commercial break here on Sunday Night Football. So if you are just joining us, you are not missing anything. And I mean, really, this whole game so far, you aren't missing a whole lot as it is. Steelers get on the board first with a 59-yard Boswell field goal. Chargers respond with a safety. And their offense wasn't able to do anything with that God-given possession.
If anything, we have a good baseball game going on here.
Oh, absolutely delightful baseball game. Pitchers are starting to rebound a little bit here after they get settled in. Both still in line for a quality start. It's
Someone needs to inform the Steelers and Chargers that the baseball season is over and it is the middle of the football season.
Oh, man. I can't tell if it's just bad offensive execution or outstanding defensive execution so far. Probably a little bit of both. I think there's always a story of both.
I can't tell if they're sucking really bad or they're so good that they're just canceling each other out.
I might suggest real quick maybe turning down the mic. I think you're peaking a little bit. It's either that or your Wi-Fi is just making the signal all stupid. Something's happening.
I'll be right back.
I almost want to say it's your mic peaking. No,
I was leaning into my mic. Sorry about that.
Oh, hey, you're all good. Hey, I've done that before as well. Yeah, no, but it's our first stream together, man. It's I don't know. I think I floated the idea like maybe a week or two ago, and you took me up on it this time, man. I'm happy to have you here. It's been fun so far.
I will be right back. I need to go grab a drink.
Yeah, no, you're all good, man. Take your time. I got me some water from my afternoon calls here. We'll touch on, we were talking about Thursday night for a minute. I did have one final takeaway. I think if there's one thing for the Broncos to take away, it's that Bo Nix has to get right. His footwork has been bad as of late for Bo, and it's been really what in the hell? It's been really messy for him. I just think he's not quite trusting what he sees. Oh, so we are waiting for Ender Games to get back, but we are back in LA. It's going to be Pittsburgh now with the ball here at their own 21-yard line. 1st and 10, Rodgers in the gun. Play fake to Warren. Rodgers, happy feed. Rodgers has DK Metcalf over the middle, and that's going to get him up to the 39-yard line. Metcalf for a gain of 18 yards. And finally, we got some semblance of an explosive play in this game, and it's just Metcalf lined up on the outside there. Inside move where the DBs got outside leverage and just able to outrun him there, get that gain of 18. Good little sidearm sling there by Rodgers. Always had the lower, little bit of a lower arm slot when it came to quarterbacks. Here we go. They give him the 40.
Oh God,
Rodgers still in the gun. They hand it off to Warren going right side, and he is going to get plastered by Perriman after a gain of 3, maybe give him 4. And yeah, Rodgers hit DK for an 18-yard pass, man. They got to the 40.
Finally, a drive of more than 3 yards.
This is an outstanding play by Perriman. He comes from the other side of the formation there and is able to get there quick enough to make that tackle, limit the gain to 4 on that. Rodgers remains in the gun. Warren remains in the game. 2 tight ends on the right side of the formation. Austin goes to the left side. Rodgers back in the pocket. Dings one in there, and that's going to get him into Charger territory down to about the 40. They'll probably spot him at the 41-yard line there. That is Washington. Big number 80 there. And I will say, I mean, the Steelers have definitely fallen in love with some of these bigger tight ends there. Of course, I'm pretty sure Arthur Smith has a Jonnu Smith fetish. But, I mean, Washington's been pretty reliable for him. And, of course, you got...
It seems to be the bigger tight ends that are having their season this year.
Oh, for sure.
You got, like, Alex Pierce, who's a big tight end. He's doing damn well.
Yeah, Darnell Washington's not doing bad for Pittsburgh, even if he's, I mean, I think on the depth chart, third tight end. Here we go. It's going to be single back now for Rodgers. They get the snap off with about 3 on the play clock. Warren going left side. Warren
Oh,
breaking out of a tackle. And he's going to get down to, give or take, the 32-yard line. Good news.
second and 1.
Yeah, good news is that Campbell's back in the game there. He looked like he came off of the field hurt after that last possession. So good to see that he's okay there. Let's see kind of what they scheme up here. I mean, you get 15 that crashes in there kind of on the D-line or on that second level, able to seal a guy away on that. Darnell Washington holds a great block, and that is on Tuapatu. I still can't pronounce his name. 2nd and 1. They're going to motion number 81, Johnny Smith, to the right side of the
They're going to
formation.
burn the clock down.
Yep. Play clock down to 4. Rodgers under center. And they're going to take a timeout on that one. I don't think they liked what they saw. Something about it Rodgers wasn't feeling. I don't think he had enough time to really get an adjustment in. 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're going to get our first timeout here. And that will be by the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you're enjoying what you're hearing...
Oh, Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller. Oh, Reggie Miller. If you're in the stream and you are enjoying what you're hearing between Enter Games and I, don't forget to like the stream, subscribe, and go check out his channel as well. He's done some awesome graphics work for me. And like I said, you know, we've been becoming pretty good friends.
There.
Snoop Dogg is in LA. Hell yeah. He's definitely got his eye over there on Perk Rodgers. Here we go. We'll come back here on 2nd and 1. Rodgers will remain under center. He had 2 receivers split out to the left side. Now Johnny Smith, the tight end, will motion to the right. He'll stay a little split off of the formation over there. Rodgers, he will hand it off. Jalen Warren trying to go right side, cuts it back, and he's able to find a first down up to the 30-yard line. He needs 1. He gets 2 on the play there. Tough running by him there. And honestly,
like they're going to burn out the rest of this.
Yeah, that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. And as it stands, Steelers finally starting to get a little bit of a drive going here for them. It's been rough sledding offensively for both of these teams, but Pittsburgh finally starting to get somewhere on this possession. That will take us to that end of the first quarter. For the commercial break, I am going to run to the pisser real quick, maybe grab a little more water. And I've once again accidentally smacked my co-pilot button with my headset. God, I keep doing that. All right, I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Say hi to Ender Games in chat. Okay. Alrighty, we are back here. We are still in commercial break, so you are not missing anything. Let me get my headset back onto my face right quick. Stream lag is probably gonna hurt me here a little bit because I don't know if I'm still in frame. Or if oh no, we're coming back according to the YouTube stream. We're so back, Ender.
I'm still on ad break.
Hell yeah, I am too. I'm not back to the game yet. I'm getting a iPhone 17 shoved in my face. My Google Pixel is good enough. I have a Google Pixel 9 and I like that phone. This is not a sponsor.
I just witnessed a reindeer cookie get beheaded by being eaten.
Nice. I've witnessed a car get dented on a stage with a really uncanny anthropomorphic fox talking to me. So yeah. Oh, we are back in LA. They are running through their
Damn, Charger got nice.
sponsor. Yeah, they do. Damn. All the old uniforms too, dude. Those, oh my god, those 90s and 2000s ones look so good. Oh, those look so good. The Chargers, honestly, you can knock whatever you want to on the Chargers. You can't say they got bad uniforms. Pittsburgh ball here to start the second quarter, and they are going to have this at the Charger 29-yard line. Freiermuth going to motion a little tighter into the formation. Rodgers back to throw. They screen it to Freiermuth, and Freiermuth getting tugged down by the jersey, and he's going to have nearly enough for a first down. They're going to give him 9 on that. That's great design there.
I thought it was a flag on the field, but there's a piece of his jersey on the field.
Yeah, no, his jersey is just out there getting ripped up. They got the one fan in the Freiermuth jersey. He's repping the boy. And yeah, they pull this really well too. Freiermuth just kind of working on Mac there, just kind of swings him around a little bit, and he's happy to let Mac go by. Here we go, Rodgers under center. 2 tight ends, couple of receivers. They got a running back out at receiver. That is Warren. I believe it's that rookie 3rd-round pick. They're going to motion Warren again to the right side. They're going to hand it off to number 20 going up the middle. He's got a first down and more, and he is down inside the Charger 15-yard line. Flag on the field. Laundry, and we'll see if this is going to come back now. 14-12 to go in the second. We are going to get a holding on the offense. That's going to back it up 10. That's a big play. That is Faltano that they're going to flag there.
They pretty much just restarted the down on that one. Back to 2nd and 10 on the 29.
Yeah, more or less. So where do they tag him here? Like, run this. Oh, yeah. Nope, they'll flag you for that every single time. You get the arm wrapped around the neck. You got one kind of holding the back of his shirt. Yeah, they're going to get you for that every time.
You're playing football. You're not hugging.
You'd like to think. Brings up 2nd and 10 now for the Steelers. Roughly back kind of where they were coming out of the break. Right at the Charger 29-yard line. Rodgers in the gun. They're going to motion 14 left to right. Fake an end around to him. Rodgers in the pocket. Rodgers slinging it. And he's got a wide open man. That is Johnny Smith. And he takes a shot trying to get back up from Perriman.
This is no shade, Rodgers. Every time I look at him, he looks like a disappointed.
He does look like a disappointed dad. My God, Johnny was bobbling that the whole way down. Oof. They got to snap that before somebody challenges that. They might overturn that. I don't think he survives the ground on that. We'll see.
That doesn't look like control.
Did they instigate replay review already? They might have already. Oh,
I don't see it.
I don't know. The ball doesn't move much. The Chargers will challenge this. So they are going to go to a challenge timeout for that. I think that's really close because, like, it touches the ground and, like, the control does look a little shaky, but the ball doesn't move at all when it hits the ground, even if he's kind of got a weird hold on it. Because the way it is, like, he's got it almost kind of corralled in, like, one hand with, like, a wrist almost, and it's, like, pinned against, like, his elbow or his forearm on his other arm. And, like, with him going down sideways, like, the nose of the ball, like, does touch the ground. I'd be shocked if they don't call this incomplete, but I think there's a little bit of an argument that you could say it is complete. I think there's an argument. I just don't know if it's stronger than the argument to overturn it.
He definitely...
Because he bobbles it going down. Like, going up for it, like, he does bobble it.
So I do have the results for that if you want to hear it.
Yeah, let me hear it.
The call on the play was reversed. It is incomplete.
They run it incomplete. Alrighty. I wonder how many more commercials I gotta watch before we get there. I think I'm about to watch a snowman get beheaded again.
It is 3rd and 10 on LA's 29-yard line.
Damn. I'll throw on some chapstick. There we go. Never mind, we did not watch a snowman get guillotined. We did not watch a snowman die on the commercials yet. We are still... Yeah, we are. Well, and we are still in the challenge break for it as well. So for anyone just joining, we do have the results. ESPN was able to get gave those out, I think, on the website or on their weird little game cast over there. Ender has said it is incomplete, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the LA 29 for the Steelers. Damn, they're just showing all
Rodgers
kinds
pass short right to Jay Smith. LAC 11 for 18 yards, challenged and reversed.
Damn. So Harbaugh's going to hang on to a challenge and a timeout. They get a what really was probably the biggest play of the game up to this point overturned. And honestly, I don't know who to put more blame on because it's kind of an overthrow by Rodgers. Like, Jonnu has to get up for that. But at the same time, I
Yeah,
mean, Jonnu shouldn't have
he
bobbled
had
it going
it on.
down. Johnny's got to bring that in. That would have been, here we go. We are back. That would have at least justified Arthur Smith's Jonnu Smith fetish to me.
I think that right there is what caused him to lose. That he
Yeah,
did not have
I
control.
think no, I think that angle definitely shows it a little better. So, like we've been saying, it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Steelers. They are still in field goal range, although I think just about anything is field goal range if your name is Chris Boswell at this point. Once again, coach proclaimed serial killer.
Hit the field.
So here we go, 3rd and 10 from the 29. Rodgers in the gun, trips to the left side of the formation, and he's going to motion a running back out now to the right side to empty things out. Looks like he was adjusting something, gets a snap, quick throw, and that is to number 14, and that is going to go for a gain of maybe 2. Looking for Gainwell.
That's definitely the punt unit.
Yeah,
Field
Gainwell.
unit.
Yeah, Gainwell just motions out of the backfield, settles on the slot in the right side, and then just runs a little bit of an arrow route, and just really had nothing doing there. It essentially, I think Rodgers just threw it to set up a one-on-one because you're like, yeah, we got points in the bag if we don't fuck this up. I think he just took the don't fuck it up route, and that's going to bring Boswell out for a 45-yard kick. This will be from the right hash. Snap is down, kick is up, and he shanks it right. He misses it right. He hooks it. And that is going to give the Chargers the ball back with decent field position. A missed kick by Boswell is going to keep this a 3-2 ball game. And man, that really sucks that the Steelers left runners.
They left
man. Steelers leave a runner on 3rd, and their guy strikes out to end the inning, or to take take us to the bottom of the 4th inning in a 3-2 ball game.
3-2 as I go to like mini break.
Yeah, they're eye on the field, AWS, all that fun stuff. They gotta touch their ads. They gotta make the ad boys feel good. Oh, but we are gonna be coming back out of this.
My throat that I will never use.
Pretty much. It's gonna be Herbert under center, single back set. Matlock kind of lined up out wide. Now he's gonna join in, make it an I formation behind him. 2 receivers split out to either side. It's gonna be a screen, quick throw out to number 9 there, and that will get forward for a gain of what looks to be 4 or 5 there. Way to win a one-on-one rep there. They just get the ball out to him quick. Herbert just immediately pivots.
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 40. Chargers looking to do anything on offense now to give them some sort of lead here, whether it's a field goal to put us into really weird territory or a touchdown to also kind of put us in weird territory. It's going to be a gun set, trips
if anybody
to
from ESPN
right
is
side.
Watching, could you have your guy slow down?
Screened it out to Quentin Johnston, left side there. Nobody to block for him, but that's the way the play was designed, and they're going to be up to the 48-yard line now. 1st down for the Chargers. That feels like their first one all damn game. Chargers have done nothing offensively here. The run game certainly hasn't been there for him. I believe that is Darius Slay that was in on the tackle. Hasn't been... You can tell he's definitely a little past his prime now. But I think the Steelers have already passed their quota for moving a corner to safety in Jalen Ramsey. And you know what? I think that's been a good change.
Second first down of the game.
Oh, boy. Up to their own 48. They're going to come out in a tight set now. 2 receivers stacked on to the left side with a man isolated up on the right. Herbert dropping back. Herbert throwing. That is Quentin Johnston he's looking for, and that's going to be incomplete. Ball was high. That is Darius Slay in coverage with Ramsey kind of playing... shadowing both of them overhead. Bring up 2nd and 10 now. Herbert just looking to get a big bang play out of this here and puts it up a little higher than I think he means to. Johnston gets outside release there. Slay with inside leverage. And I really think Herbert meant to throw that back shoulder. I just don't think he gets it down or kind of out that direction enough. Here we go, 2nd and 10. Vidal going to motion into the backfield now. Trips to the left side. As they will hand it off, going left side out of the gun. Vidal's got a little bit of room there, and he's going to have a gain of 11 into Steeler territory there. That is Patrick Queen that was over there in on the tackle, I believe, there.
The Chargers have broken the 50-yard line. I repeat, Chargers have
And we've
broken the
got a
50-yard
Steeler
line.
player down, slow getting up. That is Darius Slay, who who was in
Oh,
coverage on
no.
that fade route to Quentin Johnston. He's going to be down on the play there, and that
Oh,
didn't look like
no.
he was moving around a ton. He's unhooking the helmet there. His let's see kind of what happens here. Ooh, friendly fire.
Yeah, right on that.
Yeah, number 29 comes in trying to help him, lowers the head there, goes side to side with the head contact with Slay, and Slay, yeah, I think that's going to end up being a concussion on that.
Yeah, he looks completely out of it.
Yeah, oh, shit. Bad case of friendly fire for sure. They might run it to a break. We'll see how quick they get him up here. Get him over to the blue 10. No, we might miss out on the break here. They bring in his backup. That is number 42. If I can get a name on that, Pierre.
Oh, he is stumbling.
Yeah, he is. Nope, he's done. So that is going to bring in one of the backup defensive backs for them. That will be James Pierre. I think they're already kind of short on corners for the Steelers, so that is gonna make a rough situation kind of bad for him.
Taken out?
So that's Darius Slay that just left. Their starting left corner. Yeah, it was Kyle Duggar that came in and kind of laid the wood there. Friendly fire. It does remain 1st and 10 here for the Chargers after the 11-yard gain by Vidal.
They don't have a third string left corner.
Single back set for Herbert. He will play fake, rolling to his right, has to get the ball out quick there to Gadsden, and Gadsden's going to have a gain of 4. That'll get him onto the plus side of, I believe, the Pittsburgh 40-yard line. Put him out at about the 36. So Chargers starting to get a drive going here as the clock ticks below 11 minutes. And Watt just was simply not fooled by this play fake. I think Herbert has to get this ball out sooner than he wants to. Because TJ Watt just comes in.
Put a damper on Steelers defense.
Oh, for sure. So
now both their left corners are out.
It's a gain of 5. They run a jet sweep to number 12 going left side. He's got a little bit of room, breaks out a 1 tackle before he gets pile-drived by James Pierre into the ground. Picks him up and slams him down like it's WWE Super Slam. It's a gain of, I don't know, 3, 4 maybe. It's going to set up 3rd and short.
Why is this not a necessary roughness call?
I mean, the whole play was clean. He flips him over and throws him down. That's crazy. I think Pierre almost did more damage to himself than he did Davis. He had his arm in a bit of a weird spot. 3rd and 2. It's a trips to the right side until McConkey ruins it. Now McConkey will fix it, getting back into the slot on that right side trips. They're going to snap it. They hand it off to Vidal, and he's got a 1st down across the Steeler 30, down to the Steeler 26, 27-yard line. Chargers taking some time off of the clock, moving the ball, matriculating down the field, as the old Len Dawson Chiefs used to say. And yeah,
number 12. Number 12 was like, oh god, I'm going for a ride.
Yeah, I think he just kind of surrenders himself to a point.
At that point, all he can do is like, I just need to hang on to this damn ball.
I will say, I think you're leaning to your mic again. But here we go, 1st and 10, single back.
Sorry.
Herbert under center. No, you're good, dog. I'm just letting you know. Matlock in the game on the left side there, lined up at tight end. Herbert snaps it, play fake, dropping straight back, pressure getting in on him, and he pumps it, and then he's going to be sacked. Number 51 going to get in on him. Who is that? That is Herbig. I believe one of the linebackers, one of the edge players there for the Steelers. Let's see what position he plays. I don't even know if he's a 2nd string sub linebacker for him, or Sam there. Alex Highsmith is the usual guy in that spot. Herbig comes in. They send a blitz there. There's a lot of heat that comes in on this play right here.
Yeah, they were ready for that.
Herbig just flies around the edge there. Herbert finds nothing open. He's got pressure in his face one way. Herbig comes around from behind.
On that knee.
Yeah, he did. It's a trips right set here for Herbert on 2nd and 15. Now from the Pittsburgh 30. Snaps it. Quick drop. Pumps. Now he's got a man over the middle. That is McConkey. And McConkey is across the 15-yard line. And that will be a 1st down for the Chargers. Get him to about the Steeler 13-yard line is what it looked like. We'll see where they actually spot this. Of course, the camera angles don't give us all the information that we kind of need for calls like this, because I do got to remember, I'm basically calling this like I'm calling a radio broadcast, because I can't show the viewers the game. Which by the
I
way,
don't know how quarterbacks can deal with that thing on their wrist at all. Like,
no,
that
me
probably
neither.
bothered me so much.
Under center for Herbert. They snap it, fakes a pitch over to Vidal, rolling to his right, throws it back left side, and that is dropped by Gadsden. Bumps shoulders with Jalen Ramsey. I think Ramsey.
They got a backup coach. Is Jim Harbaugh not there today?
Good question. Now, Gadsden does have yards there, but he's also going to get around Ramsey if he hangs on to that. 2nd and 10. Now for Herbert and the gentleman. They've got it at the Pittsburgh 14. Takes a snap out of the gun. Herbert with heat coming in on him, lofting for the end zone, and Gadsden lost it. Didn't drop it. I think he just loses it in the air there. The angle doesn't really do that throw a whole lot of justice. Herbert looks like he got popped. Just coming off of the ground after that one. There was heat coming in on him.
Yeah, I do think that was just a rush throw. Oh, that knee again.
Oof, yeah. Fell down weird on that knee. Herbert wants a call.
Looking for the flag.
And it's a flat. Oh, Herbert. Oh, my God. Harbaugh is pissed. Already 8 pressures in the game here on only 17 dropbacks. Gun set, 3rd and 10. Tight set. Herbert dropping back now. Has a good amount of space to work in the pocket. And it is dropped by McConkey off of his hands and almost picked off by Kyle Duggar. It's going to make it 4th down now. And Herbert just looks absolutely fucking baffled. Oh, Harbaugh was red. You could see that in the NBC cameras. Just off of McConkey's hands.
Should have flagged him
off of Duggar's hand. I think they should
passer.
have too. That's a flag that they throw routinely for something like that. Yeah, ball just comes in and out of Duggar's hands. Doesn't survive the ground. It's going to be Cameron Dicker on for a 32-yard field goal attempt.
Herbert had that ball off in plenty of time and still ended up getting popped.
Yeah. Kicks it from the left hash. Kick is up, and it is a 5-3 game. Chargers tack on 3 more runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
This is an ugly score.
Yeah, no, ugly score for sure. That's going to take us into commercial break. Sorry, I am texting my girlfriend real quick.
You're good? Just going to run through the games again today. We got Falcons, Colts. Colts beating the Falcons. Bears beat the Giants. Dolphins upset the Bills.
Big upset
Ravens
against the
beat
Bills.
the Vikings.
Lions beat
Jets
the
beat the
Commanders.
Browns.
Rams got the best of the Niners there, and that's a game I called. Saints upset the Panthers at home.
Patriots beat the Buccaneers. The Rams absolutely dominate the 49ers, and Seahawks absolutely trash the Cardinals.
For sure.
And the Lions also dominate the Commanders.
Yeah, we had 2 games with the exact same score, just with the away team winning one and the road team winning another. Bit of an interesting go there. There were really only like 2 close games in the early window there, and I think it was Browns, Jets, and Falcons, Colts. Well, Pats and Buccaneers, I guess close, whatever.
If
Ravens, Vikings.
I was the coach for some of these teams, like Cardinals, if I was the coach for like Cardinals, Commanders, Jets, I'd be thinking like we need to do a complete rehaul here.
Well, the thing is, like if they're doing a complete, I don't think Jonathan Gannon survives this year. Like I bet he gets fired. The
Cardinals, I think
soon.
they have the recipe for a great team. Their coaching staff just is absolute dog water.
I was going to say, like, Jonathan Gannon's had a couple of years now to really kind of do something with them and with Kyler Murray. Granted, now some of that may be on Kyler, but at the same time, I mean, like, Gannon just has not had this team ready to go for big moments, and they're kind of a team that's been a little notorious for blowing some of those leads that they get. Bears managed to win. Wasn't the prettiest game, but Caleb Williams,
Wins a
221
win.
touchdown. Yeah, wins a win. Jackson Dart had 2 rushing
At the end of the
touchdowns
day,
on
the
the day.
stats don't care.
Yeah, Jackson Dart, dude, had a good rushing game, 6 for 66, 2 tutties, as well as 242 yards through the air. Like, this Giants team is going to be fun. They just need a little bit to piece it together, which is the unfortunate part because they had
The Titans have
until Scadaboo got
imploded
hurt.
completely.
Yeah, the Titans are not good. It's Cam Ward and who else on that team? So here we go. Cameron Dicker said to boot this thing away after the Chargers score a couple of runs in the bottom of whatever inning we're talking about here. That is fielded at the 2-yard line, going up the left sideline up to the 20, spun around and brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. That is Gainwell that was on the return there. Looks like we got some words being exchanged. We had a ref step between Gainwell and one of the Chargers defenders. And yeah, they're showing that replay.
Again.
Yeah, they're looking at it on the sideline there. They got a trainer looking to Herbert. Ooh, they're wrapping the ankle. They're wrapping that ankle up. It didn't look like the ankle from everything we saw, but he is getting a little bit of an ankle spat wrapped around there, so.
I mean, to be fair, you have a 100-something pound dude laying right on your leg. Your ankle is going to go with it.
Oh, for sure. Rodgers in the gun. It's going to be bit of a tighter trip set, tighter towards the formation trips. He empties out the backfield. Gainwell will go to the left side. Takes a snap. Rodgers, 3-step drop. Now he's stepping up in the pocket, and he is going to get dumped down by Bud Dupree. Bud Dupree hitting a little jig at the line of scrimmage after taking down old 41-year-old Rodgers. And that's going to be, look to be maybe a loss of 2 on that one. Why you got to bully Grandpa? That's just like a full-on stunt, too. It kind of looked like, oh no, the way, yeah, he just stays with it. I mean, he's got nothing going if he keeps down the lane he was on. He bumps back around that left side of the O-line and just pops Rodgers. 2nd and 11. They call it a loss of 1. Looks to be more 1.5. Rodgers in the gun. 2 receivers to that right side. He will hand it off to Jalen Warren. Warren working around the left side there. Trucks through a Charger at the 30, but that's where he's going to go down anywho. Blew up a guy and got blown up there. Looked like that was Henley in on that, and that will bring up 3rd and long once again for this Pittsburgh offense, who has not gotten much of anything going tonight. They gained 3 on the play, so they get the sack yardage back, and that's kind of about it on that one. And yeah, that is just, I think that is Henley that just flies in there. Yeah,
helmet to helmet.
There's been a lot of that tonight. Rodgers in the gun. He's gonna put Gainwell up on the line of scrimmage. Empty backfield once again. Takes a snap, dropping back 5 steps for Rodgers. Rodgers going to air this thing out. Rodgers looking down, and that is almost intercepted. That is Reed that was in on coverage. A ball that's a little underthrown by Aaron Rodgers. Reed able to jump up and bat away and almost hook into his body with one hand.
I don't know what the play call was there, but what? 8? Why are you chucking it that deep?
I mean, I think the idea is right. I think he's got the step on the guy that you want. I just don't think Rodgers gets enough on that ball. It's going to bring up a punt here, and that will go back to the LA Chargers. Fair caught at the 19-yard line. It's a good kick to put the Chargers inside of their own 20-yard line, and that will take us to commercial break. 5-3 ball game. I'm going to keep the baseball metaphors going on until we see some actual scoring. Steelers do nothing with the top of the inning, and that's going to send it to the Chargers.
One scored so far.
Not a 1. We've only had 2 field goals scored, and a full quarter of the points that are on the board tonight have gone by safety.
Yeah, it's only been field goals and safeties. Maybe the Steelers and Chargers can pull off a miracle today and just do safeties and field goals.
I wonder what the scoregami watch on this is right now. It's a 5-3 game in the second quarter? Oh, what kind of fringe hell have we been thrust into? Hey, for anyone watching, we are a couple of diehard fans here doing our first little live broadcast together. If you wouldn't mind throwing the stream a like, maybe going and checking out Ender Games' channel. He's become a pretty good friend of mine here. He was a regular viewer on here. We got him on. He's done a bunch of the graphic work on here. You're looking at pretty much all of it. The scoreboard, the actual layout stuff. Like, he's done some outstanding work. And I was sure to pay the guy. Don't worry. He did get his money. But yeah, no, absolutely absolute gobsmacker of a game right now. There's too much offense, Ender. There's too much offense.
Game of all time here.
This is going to be urinating tree greatest game territory stuff. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Yeah, this has been one hell of an ugly game to watch right now. I think it's really funny though. Like, I genuinely think it's kind of hilarious just how bad this game has been. And it helps that I like have little stake in the fight. I really want the Steelers to bullshit their way to a win just to give the Broncos more cushion in the West. Otherwise, I would root for the Meteor, but I actually have some rooting interest in this game.
I mean,
they got
at the end of the
Snoop
first
doing
quarter, at
his
least on the
Sunday night
Broncos game,
graphics.
we had one touchdown in the Raiders-Broncos game by the end of the first.
Oh, there was one. Yeah, there were only 2 touchdowns scored in that whole game. Raiders had one in the first quarter, and then the Broncos got one at some point. Here we go, 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Herbert will come into the pistol here. Not quite a full house formation in the backfield. They hand it off to Vidal going right side. He's got a crease. Vidal up to the 30.
He's going to get it.
Up to the 30. 31 maybe, and that's going to be a first down for the Chargers. Up to the 31 at the very least. Had a
Steeler slow getting up.
Did we?
Looked like someone was grabbing their head. I'm not too sure.
I was going to say, I do kind of wonder if that's why they cut to the studio for a second. Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth, as always, on these Sunday Night Football calls. Maybe not. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Herbert taking the snap here, screens out to Quentin Johnston, who cannot get a block, able to break out a... No idea how you turn that into a gain there, up to the 32-yard line. They had the drive... They had the drive started at the 19, so I had my numbers a bit wrong there, so that's going to bring up 2nd down. They gain maybe 3 out of that, bring up 2nd and 7. We'll see
26 was just stiff-armed to the ground.
Yeah, straight up. Punked down to the ground. 2nd and 7 for the Chargers as they try to approach midfield here. Herbert starts in an empty set, then he motions Vidal into the backfield, trips to the right of the formation with their 3 receivers. Herbert, 5-step drop, pressure getting in, jump throw, and he was looking for Gadsden coming across the middle of the field there. And we got flag down, and Herbert does not look pleased. Looks like this might be against the Chargers. And by the indication of the referee, it is. We'll see what they call.
Looks like holding.
Holding on the Chargers. We'll see who they pin for this one. It is going to be Bozeman, number 75. That is the Chargers.
The center.
That's the center? Yeah, Bradley Bozeman. And
yep, holding.
Yeah, holding. They'll call that. Herbert once again gets hit. Not very hard, but he does get tagged a little bit there. Third Charger penalty, and that'll back him up. 2nd and 17 now from their own 23. Vidal going to go in motion to the right side. Herbert screens it out to him, a little behind him, able to jump around and catch it. He had some blocking out in front, and he will push that up to the 36-yard line is what they're going to give him there. So they get that penalty yardage back and more. They're going to make it 3rd down and much more manageable than it would have been otherwise. We'll see what the actual number is. If I had to guess, it'll be about 3rd and 5. You know what? I will say this is something the Broncos try to do often when they've got Harvey on the field there. The difference is the Broncos just don't execute it that well. 3rd and 4 now at their own 36-yard line, looking for the 40 now. Herbert in the gun, trips to the left side of the formation, takes a snap, 3-step drop. He's got to duck out of pressure, and he is immediately hunted down. That is big, number 95. I believe it is Benton, one of those big defensive linemen for the Steelers. Let me see if I can actually find who that is. Or is that Derek Harmon? Or is that somebody else here? No, that's Keanu Benton, nose tackle for the Steelers, working up the middle there against that right guard. Able to crash in there after Herbert gets moved, able to find that crease. And
we're able to get the opening and
get snared.
Right through the guards.
So it'll bring on J.K. Scott to punt this thing. I believe it's his third or fourth kick of the night already. That's going to go up into that LAC level air and will be fair caught at the 23-yard line, give or take, by Williams. 3 minutes to go here in the half, and we are still sitting in a 3-5 football game, ladies and gentlemen. No, we're not watching a baseball game. I promise you that. This is an actual football game.
AFC North.
I was mentioning that earlier before we started the broadcast. Like, if the Steelers win, or if the Steelers lose this game, the Bengals are like a game and a half back at the top of the division. I guarantee the Bengals get like +10 to their playoff odds if the Steelers lose this game. Guarantee it. Baltimore probably gets another huge boost as well here. So if you're an AFC North fan, you're rooting for the Chargers. If you are really a Broncos or a Chiefs fan, you're rooting for the Steelers here. It's interesting. Rodgers will go under center, single back. They'll have this at their own 23-yard line. Jonnu Smith will go to the right side of the formation. Rodgers trying to make an adjustment. Play clock's down to 3. They got to get this thing off. They get it off with 1, pitch it out to the right side. That is Jalen Warren trying to follow some blocks, and he will be tackled down like a bowling pin at the 26. It's gain of 3 on that one.
Just send everyone home. Tell them this game is ugly so far.
And you thought Thursday night was bad. Oh, yeah.
One touchdown has been scored. Only points have been field goals and a single safety.
And we had a missed field goal. The Steelers could have the lead in a 6-5 ball game. Alrighty, here we go. Rodgers in the gun. Freiermuth motions from right to left side. That will isolate DK Metcalf at the bottom of the formation. Rodgers dropping back, striking over the middle, intercepted. Charger football, and we're going to see a run back here down to the 36-yard line. That is number 27. I believe that is Williams for the Chargers. Just a straight up overthrow there from Mr. Rodgers, and we'll see. See if I can figure out who that is on that. Is that Dante Jackson over on that side? It could be. Or is that one of the safeties? No, that's a safety. I can't.
You gotta be wondering what Aaron Rodgers is thinking. No, he's 40 years old. Doing stuff like this.
That's no kidding. I can't get a name on him, but one of the Chargers DBs does get themselves a nice shiny interception from Mr. Aaron Rodgers. They're dancing in the end zone about it, and they have a lead. I'll let it slide.
I will look that up. That would be.
So Chargers now have the ball in Steeler territory. Pistol set. Who was it?
Mickens.
Pistol set now. He will hand this off to Vidal following Matlock, and he is going to have himself some room to run there. Gain of 8 or 9 on that one for Kaimani Vidal there, and that will lead us
into the 2-minute.
That'll send us to the 2-minute warning here in this first half. So for as ugly of a game as this has been, it has gone by kind of mercifully quickly. At least the second quarter has. That is going to drag them to a commercial break. If you're enjoying the stream so far, feel free to drop a like on here and go check out Ender Games' channel. He is linked in the description. He's done all this outstanding graphic work for me, and I do have him on the stream for the first time. Very, very excited about that. I'm not going to lie.
What hurts me is when it comes to a thing like, you got to think from Aaron Rodgers' perspective, he's 40 years old, he's getting up there in age, and he's throwing picks like this and not playing his best. He's got to be feeling like, my God, that's coming to the end of my career.
Yeah, it honestly reminds me of Tom Brady in his last year. Like, you could tell Brady's arm was finally starting to kind of fall off. Or like Breeze in his final year. Dude, final year Breeze was not good.
You gotta understand, like, I'm getting to the point I can't do this anymore. I'm 40 years old. I'm taking sacks from 200-pound, 250-pound people.
And just getting absolutely gobsmacked. It's rough on a guy, especially where he is now in his career. I wonder what Rodgers does this offseason, man. I genuinely wonder what the plan is with Aaron Rodgers.
He's not going to make it offseason. I fear one Achilles pop or one injury is going to put Rodgers completely out.
Yeah, no, it absolutely could. Like, that's... I think the Steelers understood that when they signed him, that was the gamble they were taking, is you've got a guy coming off still relatively fresh off of an Achilles tear, considering his age and everything and what happened with the Jets. I certainly think they understood what they were getting themselves into when they
Just
signed
yeah, 40
Rodgers.
years old, you pop an Achilles, you're not gonna play the same ever again.
No, I really do think that Rodgers is just the bridge. I don't know what they plan to do in the 26 draft. I don't even know that the 26 draft is going to be like quarterback heavy or anything. So
The
it's
only thing I can see with the 2026 draft is Mendoza and the Ohio State quarterback.
yeah, cuz I was going to say like even some of the like more under the radar guys like Bear over at BYU. Like he's a freshman, but he's still got at least 2
Some of them
years.
get popped up by the Titans, the Jets.
I legitimately don't think the Steelers have ever had a long-term quarterback plan after Big Ben. Here we go. Herbert in the pistol out of the 2-minute warning. They will hand it off to Vidal going left side, and Vidal stiff arms a man, and he will push forward for a first down to the Steeler 26-yard line. Chargers driving now, trying to put a touchdown on the board here in a game that has been lacking for them in a 5-3 ball game. Steelers had a chance to expand on their lead earlier in the game, but it was a missed kick by Boswell that just hooks to the right side. That's got him down 3-5 right now. Of course, the offense does surrender the safety to the Chargers. Chargers do tack on a field goal earlier. Now they're in prime position to put some more points on the board. 1st and 10 now at the Steeler 26-yard line, kind of in between the 6 and the 7 on that one. Takes a snap, screens it outside to Quentin Johnston, who breaks out of one tackle and then finally gets thrown down at the 20-yard line. It's going to go for a gain of 6 on that one. Set up 2nd and 4 on them. And, ooh, yeah, they're finally talking about Slay. My volume's not up super high. Ooh, yeah, Slay's leaving the locker room, and he still looks woozy. 2nd and 3, they give him a gain of 7. Herbert, short drop, short throw outside, and that is Gadsden for a gain of about 2. It's going to set up
Based
3rd
on what
and
the graphic said,
short.
he's being evaluated for the concussion.
There's no way he comes back in, dude. Darius Slay has to be done. That guy is wobbly.
If they put him back in, my God.
If they put him back in, somebody needs to get fired. Somebody on the medical staff needs to get fired. And I get, if Slay comes back into the game, the Steelers are getting investigated. We get a timeout by the Chargers before this 3rd and 1 play. 49 seconds to go in this first half. Chargers looking to drive down and put the first touchdown on the board of all game. And meanwhile, of course, Pittsburgh trying to hold them out there and keep this to what would hypothetically be a 5-point game. Feels weird that I'm saying a 5-point game in a football game, but it does happen sometimes. Weird as these scores do get. Oh man, it's been a wild night. Herbert's taking some shots. Rodgers taking some shots. Both of these guys are getting kind of plastered right now, and not in the fun way. TJ Watt has been getting shit blocked out of his ass this year. He's got like 50 more than the next guy. Alrighty, so we're going to be fresh out of the timeout here. 49 seconds, 3rd and 1. Herbert in the gun. It was trips right. Now he'll motion Keenan Allen to the left side of the formation. Herbert gets set, takes the snap. He will hand it off to Vidal going left side. Vidal looking for room, and he will just barely fall forward and get a first down on that one. He needed 1. They maybe give him 1.5 there between the 15 and the 16-yard line. And that'll be a Charger first down. They're going to let some clock run off here and maybe try and regroup, maybe take a few end zone shots.
Rodgers is looking so dejected.
Oh, straight up. Gun set here for Herbert. 2 receivers on the left side of the formation. Taking the snap. Herbert, short drop. Throwing for the boundary. Broken up. Looking for Keenan Allen on that side. And that's that backup that came in for Slay. James Pierre that's able to break that thing up. That's a great play by Pierre. Getting a hand in there and really breaking up from one of the surest pairs of hands in the league. Keenan Allen has been good for so long at this point. Some of the best hands in the league, and Pierre just able to jam a hand in there and rip that ball out. 2nd and 10 now, 16 seconds to go. Chargers ran a bunch of clock. Gun set once again for Herbert. Allen getting set up top of the formation, right side. Herbert takes a snap. Short drop once again. He's got a man over the middle. Touchdown! We
Ow.
have a touchdown. Lad McConkey over the middle, and that is going to go as a 15-yard touchdown, and that will make the score
3-11 is such a
11
weird
to
score.
3. 11 to 3. I think this would be scoregami if it held. I'm sure Dicker's going to put the extra point through, but how funny would it be if he missed? And then the game just stayed at 11 to blank. Dicker's on to try this point after from the middle of the field. Doesn't really pick a hash on this one. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is right down Broadway. Chargers finally put a touchdown on the board. And despite how ugly this whole game has been so far, it is a 2-possession game. 9-point lead for the Chargers with 12 seconds to go in the half. And it's a great play here. McConkey just gets out in the slot there. Linebacker, or Kyle Duggar, really doesn't follow him on that one. And you just end up with this giant seam wide open there between the safety that dropped down in the box and James Pierre, who's working on Keenan Allen on that other side. Lad McConkey just pops wide open. Herbert's not going to miss that.
Do you think that might lead us into halftime?
Yeah, I think that is going to be the score that leads us into the half there. Lad
12 seconds on the
McConkey.
clock, so they might as well just burn off the kickoff.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, maybe the Steelers trying to quickly get in field goal range. I think it'll really depend on this kick return here.
The Steelers get the ball back in the half, don't they?
You think so?
Yeah, the Steelers kicked off, didn't they?
Maybe. Dicker will punt this as a touchback. So, you know what? This gets a little interesting. 12 seconds and 2 timeouts. You've got Chris Boswell that can basically hit from the logo. I don't think you need a ton of yardage here if you're the Steelers to get into field goal range. I think you're maybe looking for the other 40. You need maybe 15 yards. And with the 2 timeouts, you can work wherever you want to on the field. I guess 15 would really only get you to the 50. You need like 25 yards. You've got 2 timeouts and 12 seconds to work with. I think Aaron Rodgers might be able to scoot these guys into field goal range. We'll see. Given the way this game has gone, maybe not, but Boswell's got a leg, and Boswell has been more or less the most reliable kicker this year. Empty set for Rodgers now. 3 of his receivers split out to the right side. Chargers showing prevent defense here.
Chargers.
Taking the snap. Rodgers sitting in the pocket. Now he's getting antsy. Dancing. Now he's going to heave one and nearly intercepted there. Looking for number 10. I don't think he caught that. It's going to be 1 second left on the clock here. That play took 11 seconds off. Rodgers having a dance in the pocket to avoid getting sacked. We'll see if they even want to try anything stupid, a hook and ladder or something of the sort. They put a little more time. Yeah, 5 seconds. I think they let the clock run on the graphic a tiny bit just because they thought it might have been a catch for half a second. This will likely be the final play of the first half here. We'll see what they got cooked up here. It's going to be a 3-by-1 set for the Chargers. 3 to the right, 1 to the left side. Takes a snap. Rodgers throws it short. Calvin Austin can't reel it in, and that is going to leave 1 second on the clock.
I will leave 1 second again.
Now we legitimately have 1 second on the clock, and Rodgers, you can tell, is fucking livid under that dead, ghostly stare. Oh, he wanted that one too.
It reminds me of Michael from The Office.
Yeah. I bet Rodgers could probably do a pretty good Michael from The Office. It's going to leave 1 second here. Steelers are going to come out in like a legitimate formation here. Let's see what they run with from their own 35 after the kickoff. And we get a timeout by the Chargers, with 1 second to go. Dragging this first half as long as we can.
You're in the lead. Why are you calling a timeout at 1 second? You're getting the best up.
Oh, because Harbaugh didn't like the defense he had out there, probably. Mike Tomlin staring up the sky like, God, why? Why, God, why?
I guess if you have them, use them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you get your timeouts rolled into the second half here. We'll see what they go with. They're going to come out in the gun. It's 2 receivers and a tight end on the right side, and I think that's DK Metcalf isolated up top on the left side. Rodgers taking the snap, screens it to number 10 there, and didn't look like there was any rhyme or reason for that. Yeah, Wilson just didn't really have the blocking to go ahead for it, and that is going to take us to the half. Mercifully, it is halftime. Oh, jeez. Let those first half numbers over to you.
Score.
It's absolutely. We will get these first half numbers pulled up for all of you folks here in just a minute. Let me go pull that up. And God, dude, Tomlin really looked like he was staring up at the sky asking, why, God, why?
14 passes have been attempted by Rodgers. Only 7 of them have completed.
64 yards and a pick. That Pittsburgh running game isn't even really picking him up either. Warren 7 of 28, only 4 a pop. Metcalf leading with 19 yards on 1 catch. There are 7 different Steelers have caught a pass. Nobody has more than 1 catch. Metcalf for 19, Washington for 15, Freiermuth for 9, Austin for 8, Roman Wilson for 8, Jalen Warren for 3, and Kenneth Gainwell with a catch for 2. And defensively, a couple of guys with sacks, Keanu Benton and Nick Herbig with 2 of those. Of course, Herbert was getting knocked around in that first half. So that is something that we will watch. He did get his ankle taped on the sideline. For the Chargers, looks a little better. Herbert with 22 attempts, 13 completions, 91 yards and a score on that one. Kaimani Vidal was starting to get it going pretty good in the rush game. 6.1 a pop, 8 carries, 49 yards. Herbert with a couple of carries for a fingerful of yards, exactly 5. Receiving, McConkey turns it up a little bit. 2 catches, 31 yards and the touchdown. Johnston, 4 for 27. He's had his fair share of targets tonight, especially on some jump balls. Vidal with a 13-yard catch. Gadsden with 13 yards. And Gadsden should have more if either a ball was placed where it should have been or he didn't drop it, is what it is. You could say the same about Jonnu Smith of the Steelers. Not a whole lot going on for either offense here. And then for the Chargers, they do have a man with an interception. R.J. Mickens, number 27. For him. That is, who even is that? Where even is he on the roster? Hang on. RJ Mickens, starting strong safety for him. Able to jump in and get that interception. A couple of guys with sacks as well. Bud Dupree with a sack as well as Khalil Mack getting in there. Mack still playing good in sort of his elder statesman years. It's been a very weird game. The Steelers have 85 yards of total offense in the first half and 3 first downs. Neither team has more than 9 first downs. And they are a combined 2 for 14 on third down. Chargers 2 for 8, Steelers 0 for 6. Chargers do have a 4th down conversion there on the tush push. Oh boy.
3 total first downs for the Steelers.
Yeah.
And they have managed to not convert any other third downs.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing on third down for the Steelers. 0 for 6. And the way this game has been playing out, I don't see that changing in the near future. Jesus Louises. Somebody said that was Aaron Rodgers' worst half as a Steelers quarterback. 6 for... Okay, they didn't have the 1 pass yard, or the 1 pass attempt at the end, because they were saying 6 of 13. Wherever it was on Twitter. He did get a 7th completion. So, it's probably still the worst. However, it's not as bad. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it can always be worse.
I don't know how much. I don't know how much worse it gets in this, but it does get worse. Yeah, no, field goal, safety, and then it's been pretty much it's been all Chargers since that missed Boswell kick. Then they got the safety, God, I can't even think. Safety, the field goal, the touchdown. It's just been a weird game. It is so hard to get to 12 in the NFL for some reason, because either you have to really screw some stuff up, or you've got to have some really weird numbers to even remotely think about getting to 12 points. Once again,
to get to 12, you've had to shank something really badly.
Yeah, I think this game has smoked something. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, you can help us out by liking the stream. Helps get me out into the algorithm a little more. Lets us know we're doing a good job. And while you're at it, go subscribe to Ender Games. He's done all the graphics for me. He's been with me in the stream. That's who you have been hearing as the disembodied voice. And yeah, that is pretty much our little halftime report there on the stats.
Was a disembodied voice.
I would lean back. I would lean back on the mic. I don't think a whole lot of that came through.
This game is making me wish I was a disembodied voice.
We can go look at some of these games a little more in depth now that we are in halftime. That we got most of that. I am really interested by the Saints-Panthers game. What the hell happened here? Actually, I can tell you exactly what happened. Rico Dowdle only had 53 yards. God damn. Tyler Schuff played a pretty solid game. 19 of 27, 282, 2 touchdowns for the rookie quarterback, who probably needed that for his first win and his first real good game. Devin Neal or Alvin Kamara leading for him, 3.8 a pop, 22 carries, 83 yards. Devin Neal goes 4 for 22. He was running pretty efficiently. Taysom Hill, 7 for 20, averaging 2.9 a pop. Not the best for him, but, you know, the Swiss Army knife is going to Swiss Army knife. Chris Olave leading the charge there. 5 for 104 and a touchdown. Juwan Johnson picking up the slack where Rashid Shaheed left off. 4 for 92 and a score of his own. Kamara, 32 receiving yards. That was, man, I could not believe the Panthers go from the weird, like, mid-team that wins to the mid-team that loses to a god-awful team, even though they were favored. Like, they could not get Rico Dowdle moving at all. 2.9 a carry. Bad. Chuba Hubbard, 3 for 14. They weren't really feeding him the ball. Tet McMillan had a solid game, though. 5 for 60. Jatavion Sanders, 5 for 32. Jalen Coker, yeah. I really think, and I mean, I think everyone's been thinking this for the past few seasons, but I really don't think Bryce Young's the answer in Carolina. Like, this would have been the year, because he had a really good end to 2024. If there had been a season to be like, okay, it's kind of make or break for him at this point, it is Bryce Young. I would not be shocked to see the Panthers move on from Bryce Young after this season. And I mean, you know, you can key in whatever you're kind of feeling on that, but I really don't think Bryce Young is going to be a Panther next year.
Give me just a sec. I'll be right back.
Oh, hey, you're all good, man. Moving into another game, though, it is, let's go talk about this Jets-Browns game. I didn't even know this game was happening. And it was a fucking weird one, too, apparently. Dylan Gabriel, still not playing great. 17 to 32, 167, 2 touchdowns. Judkins doesn't do a whole lot well on the ground in this one. 22 attempts, 75 yards. Dylan Gabriel was averaging a lot more per carry than he was. Malachi Corley had 2 carries for 32 yards, number 83 for him. I think that's a receiver. It is what it is. Judy, 6 for 78 and a score. Fannin, 4 for 44. And Njoku, 2 for 21 and a score. Just a weird game all around. And then the Jets, man. Justin Fields goes 6 for 11 for 54 yards and a touchdown and a pick. That's a bad stat line for Justin Fields. Breece Hall, 21 of 83. He averages 4 a pop. Fields, 7 of 28. Not a whole lot going for him. Breece Hall had a rushing touchdown as well. So there's or a receiving touchdown, excuse me. Not quite even sure where the hell they got a bunch of... Wow, okay, I figured out where they got the rest of their points. Justin Fields in the offense managed 7. And then Kenny Nwanu has a big-ass kick return touchdown. Isaiah Williams gets a punt return touchdown. And then Nick Folk, 2 for 2 on his kicks to throw another 6 on there. That is a crazy game, man. I guarantee that there's some Browns coaches getting fired this year. I don't think Kevin Stefanski and the Browns are going to make it to next year. They might coach out the rest of the year, but I don't think they get out of this season. Or they get past this season. Texans, Jaguars. That was a big one for the AFC South, and really for a couple of teams looking to keep pace in the AFC playoff race. 26 unanswered points by the Houston Texans in the fourth quarter to walk out with a 36-29 victory. It's all Jags pretty much for the first three quarters. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, I want your opinion on a point that I was kind of talking about a second ago. Bryce Young is not going to be the starting quarterback for the Panthers next year.
Probably not. He's not performing the way he should for being their head quarterback.
Well, and especially after last year where like he played really good during like down the stretch, and it really gave a lot of Panthers fans hope that hey, maybe Bryce Young has turned a corner. Because I mean, we gotta look at Bryce Young's numbers last year, just kind of in a vacuum a little bit here. Let me wait for Google to load. Like there was a lot of hope last year, or coming out of last year for Bryce Young. Let me give me his stats. You know, he's only 24 years old, but I mean, like, you've got 3 seasons now. He did end last year on a pretty solid heater. Has the best year of his career, 2,400 yards, 15 touchdowns, 9 picks. And it still wasn't even that good. I mean, I really wish I could do... give me the ESPN Bryce Young game log here. Because he did have a really, really good back half of last year. Up to a point. Because I remember he was benched for a good point last year. That's what did it. Let me go 24. Yeah, because he only played a certain number of games last year. But yeah, like, it was a pretty decent back half starting after that loss to the Broncos. They beat the Saints, they beat the Giants in overtime, and then he goes on a pretty solid heater to end the back half of the year. They lose by 3 to the Chiefs, lose by 3 to Tampa in overtime, lose by 7 to Philadelphia. They kind of get blown out by Dallas. They lose by 16. But he's putting up stat lines like 263 in a score, 298 in a score, 191 a pick and a touchdown, which still not great. And then you get him against the Cardinals. They win that game in overtime, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. They get blown out by Tampa, but he has an okay personal game. And then the last game that they play against Atlanta, man, 251 and 3 touchdowns. Like, there was a little bit of momentum finally starting to build for Bryce Young at the end of last year, and it just did not happen this season. Things did not transpire the way anybody thought they were going to for the Panthers this year. And I really think, you know, we are to the point where the Panthers are going to be picking a new quarterback next year, whether they get a guy in free agency or the draft.
Before they get back to halftime, I'm going to just run some stats off of the Falcons-Colts game.
Yeah, hit me.
Some of them are interesting. We got Daniel Jones, throwing 26 times, completing 19 of them, 255 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and getting sacked 7 times.
Jeez.
The Atlanta Falcons pass rush is no joke.
I was going to say, they've really cranked it up a notch this year.
Oh, most definitely. Jonathan Taylor carrying 32 times for 244 yards.
32 carries. Holy, yeah, this was like a generational Jonathan Taylor game. That's 499 yards of offense between 2 guys.
For another 3 touchdown game, I think his longest running was 83 yards.
Yeah, I think Jonathan Taylor really needs to be in the MVP conversation, man. Really, really needs to be in MVP talks. We are finally coming back from halftime, and we'll see if the second half is any better than the first. Not like that's a high bar to meet, because that first half was a egregious display of football. We had baseball jokes going too far into the game. Steelers will be kicking this thing off. They started with the ball, and Boswell will boot this thing away. That will land and be caught at about the 7-yard line, and that is going to be number 38 working his way up to the 32-yard line, 33-ish. That is Williams, and that's where this Chargers offense will try to pick up where they left off. Got a good drive going there at the end of the first half. Scored a touchdown. The defense has been holding the the Steelers like it's nothing up to this point. Aaron Rodgers and this offense they've only had 2 drives in scoring range, and that's being nice, and they've only had the one that they converted, that long-ass kick from Mr. Chris Boswell. Mm. Water. I needed water. So we'll see what the second half has for us. Herbert will be set up at his own 33, and we got flags down immediately.
Flags everywhere.
And that's it. About the most obvious false start you're gonna see. If that many flags came out for the same thing, they're gonna get Fisk on that, number 42. Either one of their one of their backup tight ends or even their fullback, maybe. The actual guy that's a nope, Scott Mallock is the fullback. That's a tight end. He is their second string tight end.
In a bad position.
So 1st and 15 now at their own 28-yard line. Herbert in the gun. 2 receivers split out to that left side of the formation. Herbert making a slight adjustment. Now takes a snap. He had a guy jump the snap. Ball batted at the line. Caught by Herbert. And taken, cradled basically by Alex Highsmith. We got a flag down. More flag. And I think they're going to get 56 there. That is Alex Highsmith for offsides. So they give that yardage right back.
Oy.
So the false start is canceled out on the very next down by an offsides penalty. Ay.
I was waiting for the holding call for holding Herbert like that.
Oh, that's no kidding. First and 10 from the original line of scrimmage. That's going to be Fisk going in motion, jumping in at fullback. Fakes a screen, hands it off to Vidal going up the middle, and he is going nowhere. Hits a stone wall. That is a combination of Menton, number 95, and number 50 there for the Steelers. Absolutely nowhere. Maybe a gain of 2. That is going to bring up 2nd and 8 now from roughly their own 35-yard line. We'll see where they really spotted this. It's going to bring number 50 off the field there for the Chargers, for the Steelers, one of their linebackers. That is Harrison for them, and that is going to bring in, I think, a slightly faster guy, another defensive back. 2nd and 8, Herbert in the gun, 2 receivers to that right side. McConkey and a tight end down at the left side. Taking the snap now, Herbert, quick drop, and that ball gets batted at the line. Lineman dives on it just to make sure it's not a fumble. It is incomplete, batted down, and I believe that is T.J. Watt. That bad man right there, one of the highest paid men in the league, getting around and swatting that thing down before it even had a chance. It was, in fact, T.J. Watt.
Herbert's got to change up his plans here. He keeps relying on that hard count to get them to go offside, and it's
really not
it's
working
leading you
for him.
to burn the play clock down to like 3-2.
Yeah, you're cutting close.
You're gonna burn it too far.
Empty set, trips to the right side now with 2 guys.
He does it again.
Over on the left side. They do try the hard count, don't get it. 3-step drop for Herbert. Over the middle, he's got a man. That is Keenan Allen. And Keenan Allen's going to have this out towards midfield over to his own 46-yard line. Nice gain there for the Chargers. And, well, after a little bit of a penalty ping pong right there, somebody finally does something. First down for the Chargers. It's a gain of 13 yards there. Keenan Allen working against number 26 there, who kind of gets picked out by another tight end running a route there, and he had no chance to get back on that. It's Jalen Ramsey that's down for the tackle. That's first down for the Chargers. They give him the 47. It's an I-form set now here for Herbert. He will hand it off to Kaimani Vidal, and he is going nowhere. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Black, number 94, the first guy to get to him. Absolutely demolishes the play there. Steelers are getting a lot of push now on this front 7 here. And I think they're finally starting to key in a little bit there on that hard count that Herbert's trying to use to kind of neutralize the pass rush.
I mean, when you do it so many times, they kind of are forced to key into it.
No, exactly.
I think every play he's done the hard count.
Gun set now for Herbert. 2 receivers, top of the screen on the right side. Gadsden will motion up there. Herbert, play fake. Standing in the pocket now. Gets one away under pressure, and that is broken up. That is number 42, Pierre. The backup to Darius Slay coming in and having himself a nice game so far. A couple of pass breakups on his ledger for the night. And another great play by him here. I mean, he had the one on Keenan Allen earlier, and he's just stuck right there, basically, to Quentin Johnston. Bats that thing away, times it up perfectly. They've been targeting him tonight, and they haven't been getting much when they've targeted. So here we go, 3rd and 10. Herbert in the gun, trips to the right side. He's going to have a receiver at the bottom of the screen. I believe that is Gadsden. Takes a snap, dropping. Pressure getting in on him. He's scrambling, and he is knocked down, sacked by Alex Highsmith, who gets a little bit of revenge for that offside penalty. He's able to make up for that penalty earlier in the drive with a huge drive-killing sack here. Yeah, that's going to bring out the Charger punt team now. And Highsmith there rushing in with, he kind of comes from the other side of the formation there, just fighting there, sweeps past Vidal, and then past, I believe that was the center, just looking for a guy to block. Easy money for him. That'll bring up J.K. Scott, 4 punts. 3 good ones since that first initial shankarooner. And this one is going to be no different. That'll pin him down inside of the 10. And that is going to bring the Steelers offense out. They've been ineffective as all hell tonight. They're going to be starting with awful field position when they get back from break. 12-3 Steelers. 12-3 Chargers. 11:44 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And that'll run us to commercial break. It's been an interesting day of football. A lot of blowouts, and then we get we ask for a close game, and the football gods are going to reciprocate. They're just going to laugh at us while they do it. Football gods are certified haters right now. Well, not haters. They're laughing at everybody's misery watching this game. It's the pure psychos that are sticking around. It's the pure psychos that are sticking around for this thing. And we are football psychos, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I do have to go, so I do appreciate you letting me come on with you today.
Hey, yeah, anytime, man. If you want to do this again sometime next week, maybe for an earlier game, we can totally do this. I'm down.
If I have the time, I will definitely try to make it to another one.
Heard that.
If
yeah,
not, I'm always going to be in the chat.
Heard that, man. Hey, take it easy tonight, man. It was good having you on.
You too. I'll talk to you all later.
Alrighty. Peace, man. Oh, big shout out to the Endergame Show. His channel is in the description, and I did tag him in the title. So if you want to go check him out, he will be there. He has now left me to take the lead for the rest of the stream. So that is going to, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. We're going to have a great time for the rest of the way out here. We will, we are in commercial break. My usual thing in the afternoon is to go look at the scores of the other games. There are no other games being played. We can, however, do a little bit of a preview of the Eagles and Packers tomorrow on Monday Night Football, 6:15 p.m. kickoff, and this is really going to be the battle for the number 1 seed, I feel like. Yeah, the Packers at 5-2-1, Eagles at 6-2. Packers coming off of a bit of a wacky loss to the Carolina Panthers, and it feels like every now and again, feels like every now and again Jordan Love has to have a troll game. Hanging out in chat, though, had to take the dog out, and sleeping meds are kicking in. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, man. All right, we are going to get back into this game here. It is going to be Steeler ball inside our own 10-ish yard line. I think they got pinned down at the 9. If I remember correctly. Let's get off of the basketball court, guys. Come on, we're watching football. Here we go, 12-3, Chargers have the lead here, got sacked out of their last drive and sacked out of any chance they might have had for field goal range on that last possession. Alex Highsmith made sure that Justin Herbert got no further. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers will be under center, snaps it, pitches out right side. That is Warren getting around one man, hurdles another, and he is free down the sideline. Jersey getting ripped to pieces on that, but that is a 1st down run for Mr. Jalen Warren. His shit is all messed up now, and I don't even think he notices his jersey screwed up. He straight hurdles a man for a man that could have pinned him for maybe a gain of 2, and it's not until Henley gets to him after the sticks that he's finally brought down. They bring him down beyond the 20-yard line, give or take the 23. Big gain for the Steelers there when they need it the most. And this offense finally might be humming just a little bit. From their own 22-yard line, Rodgers once again under center. Snaps it, gives it to Warren, whose jersey is still messed up, and he's going to grind up the middle there for what looks to be a gain of 4, maybe 5 on that one. couple of Chargers in on that tackle as well. Had a big pile down right there. And Jaylen Warren with his jersey halfway around his ass. They just zoomed in on his ass. Yeah. They're giving him all the totes there. Part of his jersey is ripped to pieces, though, and nobody's saying anything. Rodgers lined up in the pistol for now, but I think we're going to get a timeout. We got an injury timeout. That is big number 90 for the Chargers. One of their big boys up front seems to have gotten hurt on one of these plays. Might have got rolled into. They're rerunning the replay of him Warren getting his shirt ripped up. Not sure what that had to do with the injured guy down. Okay. We'll see if they go to a full-on injury timeout. We will try to figure out who that is. It is one of their D linemen. He's up and walking off under his own weight. Might get a little bit of a nudge from the Chargers training staff. That is Tier Tart for them. Good to see he's up and walking. He's been a bit of a stalwart for the Chargers. Just look back and your shit sounds so bad. It's not that bad. Wasn't that bad. Come on. You're being hard on yourself. Come on. Some of it you were leaning into the mic and I couldn't quite make out what you said. I'll give you that part. Like, that sounded a little rough, but I honestly think if you just lean back from your mic, I think he'll be good. So here we go after the injury stoppage. It'll be 2nd and 5. Jaylen Warren still in his torn to pieces jersey. Freiermuth in motion from left to right. Or right to left, sorry. It's going to be Rodgers in the gun. Running back to his right. They will hand it off on a draw play, and he will get stuffed up there after a gain of maybe give him 3. They're still kind of trying to push him forward. Did he fight for the first down on that? No, they called him down before he really got any more momentum going. There was a huge pile up. They are still focused on this man's ass. I mean, his jersey is ripped up. I get it, but they're doing a lot of zooming in on this man's ass. That's just funny. They finally take him out of the game here. I don't think he's going to get his jersey fixed. I don't know if he's got a spare over there on the sideline that the equipment team can get him immediately. Maybe when they go on defense. So it'll be Kenneth Gainwell that enters the game. Play clock down to 3. Chargers need to get this, or Steelers need to get this thing off. And Rodgers called for a timeout. We'll see if they get it. They do. Play clock was down to 2, and Gainwell still wasn't set. They got to take a timeout on that one. Or are they going to tag him for a delay? No, they do get the timeout in. They do get the timeout in, because they had the flag graphic up on Fox. Well, if Tier Tart's getting ankle taped up, and that's a lot of tape they're putting on that ankle, so they're going to make sure that thing does not move whatsoever. I am going to turn down my audio output now that I don't need it. I mean, I could play some music if we really felt like it. I don't think that does anything for the game or the commentary, so I'm going to hold off, but it's an idea. Steelers take the timeout there. Play clock was getting down on him, and they will be coming out of that now. 9:28 in the third. 12-3 ball game here. 3rd and 2 for the Steelers at their own 30-yard line. They need the 32. Gun set now with a trips bunch to the left side. They're in a motion DK now across the formation. Break it up a little bit. Rodgers takes a snap. Short drop. Now he's got to roll a little bit, and he is going down. Rodgers goes down. Number 45 is going to be in to sack him on that one. And that's, I can't say that man's name, man. I'm going to have to really sit there and read to figure out what that man's name is. Because that is a hard read for me. We might need Google Translate to run that one by for me. Because I cannot say his name. I know what it is, I just can't say it. But we got number 45 for the Chargers getting into the sack club for him. Tuli Tuipulotu, I think is how you say it. Tuipulotu. There we go. So, Steelers on to punt this thing away now. Rodgers does not have the mobility he used to have, and this will be caught at the 28-yard line. Turns up field and gets it up to the 35. That is Davis, and things are getting spicy. We got a flag down. Davis was up in a guy's face and getting a little handsy with a guy. I believe that was number 10 of the Steelers. Couple of guys are barking back and forth here. It's getting hot here in LA, and not because of the weather. Oh, yeah, they're going to get somebody for an unsportsmanlike conduct on that. What do they call on that? Is it a block in the back or something? Block in the back on Wax, number 58 for the Chargers. That's going to back them up. Oh, boy. Things are getting a little hot and heavy here in Los Angeles between these two teams. That's going to take us to commercial break. Steelers still can't do anything with the football. And, well, we're already this far into the game. There's no getting out of it now. Second half is moving slowly. I'd say that much. Oh, man. If you're enjoying the stream, I'd appreciate it if you toss me a like. And if you're really enjoying it and you like the Broncos, I do usually do more Broncos stuff, but of course just calling some games. Feel free to like the stream or subscribe. Definitely helps me out in the algorithm. Trying to break 200 subscribers by the end of the year. Or by the end of the season, really. You know, by the Super Bowl. So, if you want to help me out, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, we are in commercial break. I still don't know what we're watching right now. It felt like for the first half we were watching a damn baseball game until the Chargers finally scored a touchdown. And so far, I mean, this game has been as ugly as Thursday night. This has not been a great football game for the viewing experience, and I can't really say that it's good defense more than it is just bad offensive execution. Neither team is really doing much up to this point. Oy, oy, oy. So yeah, we are still in commercial break. You're not missing much. You're not missing much of the game, anywho. Yeah, neither team playing that great of a game. We can get a little stat update here with 8:39 to go in the quarter. Actually, I got to refresh that. I think the possession was wrong. Yes, no, maybe. Okay, it's fighting with me, whatever. A-Rod, 7 of 14, 64 yards. So that's not working out for him. He has taken another sack since then. Chargers, Justin Herbert just barely over 100 yards, 14 of 25, 103. I will say that it almost feels like the Chargers have devolved by a season, where now it's the defense picking up the slack and it's the offense that's doing next to nothing for them. It's a little bit of a role reversal there. Some people like that in the bedroom, but I don't know if a lot of people are clamoring for it here on Sunday Night Football. Running one more quick little sponsor and one more quick little ad here before we get back to the actual football. Here we go. Charger ball. After getting moved back on a block in the back, is going to put them almost to their own 20, give them the 23-yard line. I form here for Mr. Herbert. They're going to motion Fink to the left side. They got Matlock in the game. Takes a snap, play fake. Herbert standing in the pocket. He's got a man over the middle. That is Ladd McConkey out to the 41-yard line. So finally, we've got a legitimate offensive gain for the first time in what feels like ages. McConkey just lined up on the outside on the right. He's got inside leverage there on the release, and he takes it and runs with it. I wouldn't even quite call it a crossing route. It's not quite a seam route. It's just a, hey, I found some open space right here. Throw me the ball route. Gun set now, tight on that left side. They're going to bring in Davis around in the backfield. They fake an end around, hand it off to Vidal, who's got room across the 50, and he is down to the Steeler 46-yard line. Chargers now in two quick plays have got some movement, but Jalen Ramsey, I believe it is Jalen Ramsey is down, or one of the Steelers' defensive backs is down. I did not get a great look at the number on that. We'll see if we can kind of key in somewhere where it might have happened. And, ooh, no, it is 24 for them. That is Joey Porter, their other starting corner. So they have lost Darius Slay tonight. And they've got, who was it that entered the game here? James Pierre in Darius Slay's spot. Their only other backup corner is on IR. That would be Corey Trice. So Darius Slay is down. Joey Porter's going to be out for a play. James Pierre is their legit only outside corner that's left. And then you got Brandon Eccles in the nickel. They've got Juan Thornhill and Chuck Clark as backup safeties, and I think some of these backup safeties are about to get some play at corner, which is not ideal if you were the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not sure what happened to Porter on that, but yeah, something's gonna. So they move Ramsey back to corner now, and bring in the safeties that were behind him on the depth chart initially. Herbert in the gun, trips to the left side. Now they motion number 9 over. And they're going to run it again with Vidal, who's got room, and he is up to the Steeler 49-yard line. They'll get him down there. Vidal is ripping off big runs now, and the Chargers are starting to move the ball on the ground. Vidal was having a really good first half coming into the second half. 84 total yards on the night now for him. And yeah, no, it finally feels like this Chargers offense is starting to do Chargers offense stuff. Steelers defense feels like it's returning to the mean. Single back set now for him. They motion Johnston right to left side. Hand it off to Vidal again. Why not? It's working because big number 51, that is... I forget the guy's name. I can't pronounce it. That is Herbert that comes and slams him down for a loss. Goes as, I think, about a loss of 1 there for the Chargers. Maybe a loss of 2. Herbert just going to shoot in and shed his guy immediately. That's a pulling guard that he just swipes around and says, nah. 3rd and 4 now for the Chargers at the Pittsburgh 41-yard line. Gun set now. Tied formation for the Chargers. Takes the snap, dropping back 3 steps. Bulls! Oh, he tried to fire one in, and it is batted down at the line. Looks like big number 97, Cam Hayward for the Chargers. Probably the oldest guy here on the staff. Might be just about as old as Aaron Rodgers is, but he is still doing his job at a relatively high level there. Able to get in, hand fight with the guard for a minute before he's able to jump up and bat that thing down. And you can tell he wanted the pick on that just because of his reaction afterwards. It hit him in both hands. He had a chance. So they're going to bring Dicker on now to try what will be a 50-plus yard field goal. We'll see what the distance is. 59 yards. Boswell hit this. It's from the left hash. Snap is down. Kick is up. And it is good. 15-3. Chargers now. Dicker from 59 gives the Chargers just a little more cushion here on Sunday Night Football. And that is going to drag us into the break once again. What a kick from Cam Dicker. And Mike Tomlin looks like it just does not want to be there anymore. That was the look of a man asking why he is still doing his profession. It's because you're making a bunch of money, Mike. Come on. We all know this. 15-3 Chargers. That's going to take us into another commercial break. I'm going to throw in another one of these. Another little lip pillow, and the top of it doesn't quite want to close all the way. It's pissing me off. There we go. Ooh, boy. Talk about a closer to the day of football. Ay, ay, ay. Hope everybody is having a good night. We have hit 5 hours on the stream, on the watch times. You guys have been awesome tonight. Thank you, thank you. It's certainly been one of the football games of all time. I will say that right now. I'd argue, I mean, it's not as objectively bad, I guess, as the 10-7, Ugfest that the Broncos played on Thursday night, but man, it is up there. Who knew it was going to be the primetime games that were this bad? Thursday night was rough. Sunday night's been rough so far. And, well, who's to say what Monday night's going to give us? Good Lord Almighty. What we'll do here is we will go pull up this NFL playoff picture right now where things are sitting, kind of, remind ourselves of the stakes of this game here, and remind Steelers fans why their team needs to get up. Because they're getting hurt right now, man. Whenever it wants to load. So Colts in the 1 seed, Broncos in the 2, Pats in the 3. Broncos have the better conference record. Steelers in the 4. If they lose, they drop to a 41% chance to make the playoffs. If they win, they're up to 68. Chargers sit at a 76% chance. If they win, it's 78. If they lose, it's 54. Steelers are in an especially precarious position right now. They came into today with a 2-game lead over the Baltimore Ravens in the North. Ravens won today over the Vikings to get themselves to 4-5. They'll be looking to get back to 500 here next week. A Steelers loss probably cranks the Bengals' playoff chances back up to like 8%, while the Ravens, for good reason, have a 71% chance to make it. Here's the kickoff up to the 25, breaks away from a guy and then gets wrestled down. Williams does at the 34-yard line. We'll see what the call is here, but we do have Laundry on the field with 6 minutes to go in the third. Rodgers looks absolutely dead inside at the moment. It's going to be holding on the Steelers, so that is going to back him up 10 yards. And that is on Trey Sermon, number 37. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. They're doing something with Walmart Sky Cam Finger Bobber, whatever the hell. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with that. Basically, the Steelers need to get up if they want to hang on to a playoff spot, according to NFL.com, because those playoff odds drop so far. Really, they're only at 44%, but they are bad. Here we go. Play action, play fake from Rodgers, and he just dirts it in the direction of Jonnu Smith there. Play looked a little broken, and he was under a bunch of duress there from the backside of the formation. Rodgers doesn't really have the wheels to do-si-do with him anymore. And man, through week 9, the Steelers have been at 25.3 points per game offense. They put up 3 tonight. They've been averaging about 280 yards a game. They're only at 104 right now. Goodness gracious, they are getting hit. Rodgers in the gun, 2 receivers stacked on the left side of that formation. Darnell Washington in at tight end. Rodgers makes an adjustment, 5 on the play clock. Now 2. Pitches in out to the right side. Jalen Warren. Warren gets away from a couple of guys before spinning kind of back into the middle of the field and getting tackled. Gain of 1. 3rd and 9 now for the Steelers, who are running out of time to get anything going. As it stands right now, the Ravens have better odds to not just win the division, but to go to the playoffs drastically than the Steelers do. I mean, they like the Ravens more than the Steelers, even if the Steelers win this thing. Rodgers in the gun, 3rd and 8 now. They give him 2 on the play somehow. And we got a timeout in by, seems to be Pittsburgh. Or maybe it's by the Chargers. I don't know. They haven't really given us an indication yet. Chargers take their first timeout of the second half. 5:19 to go here in the third. I honestly think I can take my headset off because it is starting to like mess with my shit a little bit. Not like I've got a whole lot going on audio-wise back here, so I would call that a W. But yeah, man. I mean, if the NFL likes the Ravens this much, dog, like, they do not like the football that you've been playing this year, and Pittsburgh has been playing weird football. They do get a 24% boost to their playoff odds if they can make it, but that still doesn't even put them over the Ravens, which I think is crazy. 3rd and 8 now for Rodgers. He's going to be in the gun, trips to the left side. A wide receiver, that is Metcalf, isolated up top. Kenneth Gainwell is checked into the game at running back to Rodgers' right. Takes a snap, dropping, letting one go over the middle, and that is incomplete. Had a man all over him. Rodgers wants a flag, and they are not going to give it to him. 4th and 8 now, and it's going to bring on the Steelers punt team again. He's looking for Metcalf over the middle, isolated to that right side there, and he's kind of bracketed by Derwin James at safety, and then number 24 there. Oh, he gets bumped hard. He kind of gets held onto and then bumped, and they don't call it. So, brings on another Steelers punt. Get this thing away, flying down the field here, and this looks to be fair caught at the 30. 6-yard line. Chargers are going to have pretty decent field position here coming out of commercial break. And that is where we are headed. Good old commercial land. Oof. Ugly, ugly game, and this chair is hurting my ass. I'm going to run to the pisser real quick. I will return momentarily. Oh, wait. What a day of football. Blowouts, couple of close games, and now this absolute pile right as the capper. As it stands right now, and this is a rough game. Oh, this has been an absolutely atrocious football game. But we're all here for it. We're all football psychos. None of us care about our own mental well-being if we're watching this game into the third quarter. And of course, me myself, I am here. My little corner of the internet, I am most certainly here. Hope everyone is having themselves a good night. We are in commercial break as it stands right now, so you are not missing anything in the game. Of course, you're not missing anything in the game if you're watching the game. So it is what it is. But here we go. We are back to the broadcast. It is going to be Chargers ball at about their own 36-yard line. And we'll see we'll see what they end up coming out here with. They're kind of looking at this DK Metcalf play where he gets bumped and held really kind of by St. Just and Derwin James respectively. Here we go, 1st and 10. They're going to fake an end around to Davis before they hand it off to Vidal up the middle, and Vidal has been ripping runs this whole second half. Able to get ahead here for what looks to be about a gain of 6 up to, or maybe I overestimated there kind of what he was able to get out of that. They're looking at a part of that play. Gadsden kind of gets his knee wrapped up with a different Pittsburgh Steeler on that one. Or he did earlier in the game, so he's got a knee problem. He is questionable. Trips right side. Now they motion Keenan Allen. And nowhere running this time for Kamani Vidal. Going to get dragged down in the backfield for what looks to be a gain or a loss of maybe 2 or 3 on that one. Steeler defense having enough of it all taking over this game. 3rd down now. Still on the Charger side of the field. They were not having fun. Are they? What are they looking at now? Oh, they're just running the replay. Okay, I thought they were doing another past play. That is Kyle Duggar in on the tackle. Steelers with a 7-man box. They only bring 4. Herbert rolling. Herbert going to run for this. He's got the first down to Maurice across midfield. Slides down at the Steeler 44. Chargers are back in business here. It was a 3rd down that they needed to convert, and they converted. Rodgers watching on from the bench, wishing his legs could still handle doing something like that. Goodness gracious. Just has a hole open up wide open on the right side. And Herbert just able to scramble and take it. And Herbert's a good athlete. Able to get ahead there. And gets down after a long gain. They call him down closer to the 45. It's an I-form set now for the Chargers. Herbert under center. He will hand this thing off. Go in middle left side there. I do not think that was Vidal. We got Laundry down. That is number 32. That is the backup running back for the Chargers. That is... Didn't quite get a name on him. That is Jarrett or that might have been Travion Williams, the third string guy. That is first down, holding or penalty on Mekhi Becton Sr. They're going to tag him there. Their starting tackle. It's going to back him up 10 there. 1st and 20, so they pretty much wipe off that Herbert scramble just about. Sets up a long first down now for him. Herbert will come out under center. That is Patterson in the game. 2 tight ends on the field. They're going to motion one over. That is Fink that they bring to the left side. Herbert takes a snap, play fake to Patterson, screens it over to Fink. Fink gets a block, and Fink gets tackled down at about the, maybe call it the Steeler 49-yard line. So Chargers still not with as good a field position as they had otherwise, but it is a good gain to get a few yards back after the holding call. Sets up 2nd down and long for him here. And he just chips Highsmith, catches the ball there, gets a block from a lineman before he basically gets tripped up there by the shoulder pads of James Pierre. To gain 7 on that, 2nd and 13 now, gets him a little closer to the sticks. Herbert in the gun, 2 receivers to that right side for him. Getting set once again, takes a snap, dropping back, 2-step drop. Now he's got to scramble around, and Highsmith is going to drag him down. Again, he gets him by the collar of the shoulder pads. He's bitching to the ref about it, and the ref isn't giving him anything to chew on. Highsmith just gets that big paw around and drags Herbert down by the collar. And Herbert wants a call as soon as he hits the ground. He is pissed. And I'm surprised they didn't show John Harbaugh's reaction to that, because I imagine Harbaugh was hotter than anybody. So it's 3rd and 14 now after the sack at the Steeler 49. Herbert dropping, quick throw, and he's got a man over the middle, but that is not quite going to be enough for a first down. They need 13. They need 14. They get 13 on it. And I'd be shocked here if they don't go for this thing on 4th down. They've been running the ball well all night long. And they have had the middle of the field open on numerous occasions for Herbert to throw to. No. They're going to bring on Cameron Dicker to try a field goal. It's going to be another 50-plus yarder, but at this point, I mean, 4th and 2, Steelers haven't given you any reason to believe that they're going to do anything on the offense. It'll be a 55-yard try from the middle of the field. Snap is down, kick is up. Hooking, it bounces off of the crossbar. No good. It's the 2nd missed field goal of the game by either of these kickers. Boswell missed earlier, hooked his kick just outside the right uprights, and Dicker just pulls it left. Bounces it off of the upright. If that's from 53, that's probably in. But it gets denied with a doink. That's going to take him to commercial break. 15-3, still your score. Dicker's going to be thinking about that one, I imagine, especially if we start to see Pittsburgh come alive a little bit here. I doubt it, but we can see it. Pittsburgh might be playing for their season here in the next couple of weeks if they don't win this thing. Man, I'm tired. It's a little past my Sunday night bedtime, but we're still up. We're still cooking away here at this god-awful ball game. We still here. We gotta be here. Gotta be here for all the football. Started the stream, gotta close it out. We still got an entire 4th freaking quarter to play, folks. Buckle up, because we're gonna be here another little bit. Wolf. Yeah, but let me know how you guys are doing in chat tonight. Maybe where you're watching from, of course. Love connecting with all of the other football fans around. Just around. So I had Ender Games on. I was just sitting there jawing about football with him. That was an absolutely great time. I was glad to have him on. Hope to do that again with him soon. I'm going to spit out another pouchy here. We're moving through these a little quicker than I'd like to, but with a game like this and with a nicotine problem like mine, it's bound to happen. We are still in commercial breaks. You are not missing anything of a game that you are not missing out on anything by not watching. But it is what it is. We're all here. We're all football psychos. You're all still sticking with me. I'm still sticking with it. And as long as we got people sticking here, I will be here. Yeah, just an absolute abomination against the game of football, though. Dickers just, like, seems baffled that he missed that. If he had kicked that from the right hash even, he probably makes that. But if this kick is from, like, 53, he probably makes that as well. Instead, it keeps it to a 12-point game, so Steelers have a little bit of wiggle room here. Maybe see if they can get something going. They're going to have the ball to start at around midfield. They'll have it at their own 45-yard line. Rodgers going to come out under center. We're going to see Jonnu Smith motion in tighter against the formation. Snaps it, pitches it. Now he's going up the middle, cuts it back to the right side, and Warren's going to have a first down, gain of 11 or 12 for him. They're going to spot him at the other 45, maybe the other 44, give or take. So Pittsburgh finally gets a first down again with 28 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Seems like they're going a little up-tempo here. They get set pretty quick. Rodgers in the gun, two tight ends on the right side, Washington and Jonnu. Takes the snap, quick drop, quick throw, and he's got Freiermuth on the left side there. Gets him to the middle of the field, and that will be a gain of 9. Sets up 2nd and 1, and the final seconds are going to tick off of this third quarter. And, well, Steelers haven't done much offensively tonight, but maybe they got the little spark they needed from a missed Cameron Dicker kick. Mike Tomlin still looks absolutely disgusted, and Rodgers looks like he's seeing ghosts. But I tell you what, we might be getting a game going here, 12-point game going into the fourth quarter, Steeler football, and they're moving it. They had pretty good starting field position there off of that missed Dicker kick. We'll have to see what happens. Final 15 minutes coming up here. Crunch time for the Steelers. And here on Crushing It as well. We are just trying to survive this one, quite frankly. Oh, man. Oh, man. If you haven't already, I did upload my Broncos takeaways the night of the Thursday game. It should be my last video upload on the channel. If you do want to go check that out, I would greatly appreciate it. Maybe I got to start doing something a little different here with the thumbnails for like these live games, because I feel like I don't know, like I feel like my thumbnails are kind of cheeks. Maybe I could fix it like real fast, like if I jumped into Krita real quick and just like threw something together. Maybe I could fix something a smidge. Where is my? Can I make a? No, I can't make a copy of it. That's a little unfortunate. You know what? We'll do a new image. Create. Alright, give me a smaller pixel size. Yeah, here we are dinking with my thumbnail graphics in the third quarter. Let's try and get us a little bit of a split going down the middle here. That's not really down the middle. I think I need this to hook back in a little further to really consider it down the middle. Yeah, that'll probably do. Let's see. I need my logos. I had a Steelers logo downloaded. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna try us a new thumbnail here because I think these ones aren't exactly doing what I was hoping for. Steelers. I have a Chargers logo downloaded already. I just need to find it. I can't. Okay. Doing a little bit of graphics work here. Don't mind me. I'm gonna drag this file into Krita. Alrighty. Let's give me the paint bucket tool now. Give me the background. Give me that one. Paint layer. Chargers. Yep, there we go. 2nd and 1 now for the Steelers. They're going to motion number 19 around a little bit. They will hand it off to Jalen Warren here, and he will barrel forward for a gain of about 2 there, or maybe 3. He needed 1. Gets it down to the LA 32-ish yard line, or 33. And we'll see what they choose to do here. They've been running the ball well this drive. Rodgers hasn't really done a whole lot of throwing. He does have a 9-yard completion to Pat Fryermuth on the play before this. So definitely like what you're seeing there out of him. Lower the opacity a little bit. 1st and 10, single back set now. Darnell Washington going to tighten into the formation here just a little bit. Takes a snap. He will play fake it. Rodgers looking. He tosses it out to Jaylen Warren. Warren's got some blocks, and Warren is inside of the 15-yard line down to the 14 of the Chargers, and suddenly the Steelers got a little something going. Don't look now, but they might not be dead just yet, ladies and gentlemen. The Steelers are getting into range. They might be able to walk down and get a score here. I don't look yet, but the Chargers are making something happen. Or the Steelers are. Good Lord. That is... Whoa, why is my logo so big? You don't need to be that large. Here we go. 1st and 10 after the big run there by Jaylen Warren. 19 goes in motion once again, right? And then kind of stays in the backfield. Hand off to Jaylen Warren. Warren up the middle, and he's going to be inside the 10. Down to, they mark him down to the 9. Looks to be about a gain of 4 on that one, and that will set up a 2nd and about 6 there. They can get a 1st down inside the 5-yard line, and they will be looking to do just that. Steelers are going to need every play they can get to actually get a score on the board here. Mike Tomlin looking a little less dead inside now. Steelers hoping to get something done. 2nd and 6 from the 10-yard line. They got a 1st down at the 4. Rodgers under center in the single back set. 2 receivers. 3 receivers on the field there. He motions one. Pump fakes. Now he's got to spin around and dirt a ball in the general area of Jaylen Warren. It's an incomplete pass. That play broke down immediately as he had a Charger right in his face. It's going to set up 3rd and 6, and this is a scoring drive that the Steelers absolutely need, because they have been getting smacked around for the most part. Outscored, outmanned, outgunned. It's been a rough go for him. Yeah, Rodgers gets his left tackle pretty much shoved right into him immediately, and he understands he's just got to dirt that ball as soon as he can. 3rd and 6, we're going to get Rodgers in the gun. Kenneth Gainwell joins the game. We're going to see Jonnu Smith motion to the right side here. It's a 2x2 set for the Steelers. Rodgers dropping back, climbing the pocket a little bit, and he overthrows his target looking for Gainwell out of the backfield. And Rodgers has just been completely off his game tonight. I imagine we're going to see the Steelers stay on the field to go for this thing on this 4th and 6. You don't need it all in one go. You can get a 1st down at the 4 if you're the Steelers. Oy, oy, oy. What was the Chargers record here? 4th and 6. Rodgers in the gun. He had a trips bunch to the left side. Still does. Takes a snap. Short drop. Throwing for the end zone. Incomplete. No flag. Looking for Metcalf isolated up top. And that is going to be a turnover on downs. No points for the Steelers. And it remains a 12-point hole. Go Steelers. Hello, Bok Choy. Chargers are going to have this ball now at about their own 10-yard line. DK wanted a flag. Didn't get it. Rodgers is just Rodgers literally saying, what the fuck? Literally out there saying, what the fuck? And you know what, A-Rod? I am with you on that one tonight. It has been a weird night of football. Hope you are having yourself a good night, Bok Choy, because the Pittsburgh Steelers sure aren't. Ugh. It's been a bad go for them. See if I can type here. I am messing with the thumbnail because I feel like the one I have is not doing the best here for my clicks. So I am just messing around a little with the thumbnail, see if I can't get anything going in here for right now. Where is... No, I need layer style. There we go. Want a drop shadow and an outer glow. Nothing too crazy. That'll do for me. File. Save. New thumbnail thing again. Save that as a credit document, and then save as Sunday Night Football 2. Save you as a JPEG. We are in commercial break, so if you're just joining us, we are not missing anything. I'm just sitting here screwing around with my, the Broncos in me wants the Chargers to lose. Oh, me too. That's like the rooting guide, because it would give the Broncos more of a cushion in the AFC West. As of now, though, the Steelers are showing absolutely no fight. None at all. They almost got down to score a touchdown. They went for it on 4th and 6 and just had absolutely nothing going for them. Alrighty. New thumbnail. There we go. If you want to help me out, though, I'd appreciate you throwing a thumbs up there on the video. Which helps get me out to more people. I did fix the thumbnail. I made it look, I don't know, a little better, I think. Oh, boy. Yes, yeah, absolutely zero fight by these Pittsburgh Steelers tonight. We are coming back now after the change of possession. Chargers at their own 10. Herbert in the gun. 9 going to go in motion, right to left. Kind of settles on that left side tight end. They screen it out to Quentin Johnston, who stiff arms a man, gets to the 15-yard line, makes a man miss at the 20, gets up and knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Jalen Ramsey will be the one to wall him in there, but it's a gain of 15 for the Chargers on a play where, I mean, Quentin Johnston gets in a one-on-one in open space and makes a man look stupid. Stiff arms a man to the floor before juking out another. Activated cheat codes on that one. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers has looked awful tonight, man. Awful. Big first down for the Chargers now, their own 25. Herbert remains in the gun. Will hand off to Vidal going left side, and he will get in a mosh pit and push forward. That's a gain of 4 up to the 29-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Chargers. Vidal's been having himself quite a good night, actually. Quite a good night. If I were to go and pull up these numbers for him tonight, it's been quite the night for Vidal ever since this Chargers offense has got their feet under him. 15 carries, 73 yards. He is not looking bad by any means tonight. Had a little bit of a rough go in the first half, but he's picked it up now. 4.9 a pop. 2nd and 6 in the gun once again. Bit of a tighter set. 2 receivers on the right side of the formation. Play clock down to 3. They get it off. Herbert, quick drop. Now he's going to roll to his right. Looking for a man. Airs it. Looking for Keenan Allen, at least in the general direction of Keenan Allen. Ends up being more of a throwaway than anything. 3rd and 6 now. Pittsburgh defense looking for a quick stop to try and get that offense back out. Of course, I think the defense has a better chance of scoring than the offense does at this point. But who am I to say? 3rd and 6 for the Chargers. Still hanging on to a 15-3 lead. Steelers offense has done absolutely nothing tonight. Gun set for Herbert. 2 receivers on the right side. Takes a snap. 3-step drop for him. Drifting back a little. Skies it out. And he's got Ladd McConkey. Past the 50, 40. Here we go. 30, 25, 20. Makes Ramsey miss and cuts back inside before he's finally taken down inside the Steeler 15. It's going to get him down to the 13-yard line. Big, big play for the Chargers. And that could be the dagger in the heart of the Pittsburgh Steelers. A touchdown will most certainly put them away. And that is, I mean, it's great coverage there by number 26. He just can't get a hand in on the ball. McConkey able to break out of the tackle after corralling it in. And he gets past Eccles, and he gets past pretty much the rest of the the Steeler defense until he finally gets brought down way later. Now at the Steeler 13, Herbert in the gun, hands off to Vidal, cuts it left side. He's got the edge there. He's going to get inside of the Steeler 5-yard line, smacks into Quentin Johnston, who is holding a block out front for him. It's another first down, should be at least. If it's not, it'll be 2nd and 1 here, if not 1st and goal to go. 9:55 and counting down. And they will give it the first and goal to go here for the Chargers, knocking on the door. And Vidal's got 101 total yards on the night. Be interested to see what all of these totals look like here now. Herbert working on a 200-yard night, finally. Gun set for the Chargers. Fisk is going to motion right to left. Settle in there. Takes the snap, hands it off to Vidal again. Touchdown! Chargers! And somebody, it finally breaks the 20-point barrier, and suddenly the score looks a little more normal than it did 30 minutes ago. 21-3 Chargers now, in a game that is just getting away from these Pittsburgh Steelers. There is just no juice with these guys tonight. Nobody able to get in Vidal's way until he's already to the goal line. Queen gets blocked out, and then it's just finally some rando that gets him on the backside after he's into the end zone. It's going to be Dicker on to make it a 19-point game. He gets it up, and it is good. 3-possession game now for the Chargers. 19-19. Jeez Louise. Ever since that first Steelers field goal, 22 unanswered, dropped on him by these by the Chargers. It's been a bad go. It's been all Chargers ever since. The safety in the first quarter, 10 in the second. They get the field goal in the third, and now the touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And I think that's going to be the ball game. The Steelers have nothing. Chargers go 90 yards the other way. Oh. Oh, man. Somebody on Twitter is saying the Steelers are the worst NFL team ever with a winning record. I guarantee there's a guy in there that says the Broncos have something to say about that, but of course we don't agree with those people. The Broncos are good. No one just wants to admit it. Except we also don't really want to admit the things that we're bad at right now, because we're winning. Oh, goodness. I think we're officially in Steelers are getting their ass kicked territory. Whew, boy. Yeah, they just have had nothing going. Offensively, it's been bad. And I mean, the defense is only going to hold so long. And with really how bad the Chargers defense or the Steelers defense has been this year, I'm surprised it's taken them this long to let up 20 in this game. The Chargers are I keep flipping them. The Steelers offense has just had nothing going tonight, man. Aaron Rodgers has looked like a fucking dinosaur. And not even the cool one either. He's 9 of 21 for 91 yards and a pick. Aaron Rodgers is not having a good time. Team stats, Rodgers has gotten sacked thrice up to this point. Like, bro, they're 0 for 9 on third down. They're 0 for 1 on fourth down. The Steelers have done nothing right tonight. It's a miracle they have a field goal. The only reason they have 3 on the board and they're not getting shut out is because they had okay field position one time and Chris Boswell hit a 59-yard kick. And then he missed one later. Should be 22-6. Not that it changes much. I guess no, that would be a 2-possession game. A still very improbable 2-possession game, but 2 possessions nonetheless. Oh, we are back to the broadcast. It's going to be Cameron Dicker booting this thing away, and Steelers just trying to get out of here mercifully. I mean, the Texans did score 26 in the fourth to come back. That's all I'm saying. The Steelers will not be joining that club. Dicker will boot this thing away. This will be going to one of the return men. That'll be Gainwell, who muffs it at the goal line, picks it up, and recovers. Trying to get anywhere, breaks out of an arm tackle, and Gainwell finally stumbles down after getting up to what looks to be about the 45-yard line. So what a return there for him on that one. What a return for Kenneth Gainwell to maybe try and give the Steelers a tiny bit of garbage time juice. Little bit of garbage time juice. Oh. Alrighty. Oh, they got a kid that's shirtless under the lights. He's got a king thing on. That's funny. Alright. Here we go, 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. It's a quick throw out to DK Metcalf. Steelers going a little bit of tempo finally, showing a little bit of urgency now that they're down 19. It's a 3-possession game for the guys now. And they got to get moving if they want to even try to get back into this game. We'll see what they got here. 5-yard gain up to the 42-yard line. Gainwell motions out of the backfield just slightly. Rodgers in the gun, taking the snap. It's another quick drop, looking for a quick completion, slinging out to the right side, looking for Gainwell out of the backfield area. We got a flag down. We'll see what this is here. Rodgers just has no mobility. He's like 2019 Flacco. It's going to be defensive holding. They're going to tag the Chargers for it. Automatic 1st down. They get Hart for it. One of the DBs there, number 20 for the Chargers, and he's working on DK Metcalf right there. Just, yeah, it's staying too handsy there, and he's still got a hold of him outside of that 5 yards. They're going to call that. So, new set of downs here. Rodgers approaching 100 yards passing. Still under 50% completion for the night. 8:48 to go in the game. Steelers approaching midfield. Rodgers will empty the backfield out, and Gainwell will be up top on the right side of the formation. Rodgers takes a snap, quick drop, quick throw away. It's going to bounce off of somebody's hands, off of 19, and it is picked off by a Charger. He's up to the 40, holds the ball out, and runs out of bounds at the 39. That is Johnson, number 26. And the Steelers are cooked. The Steelers are cooked. Who even is that? Let's go find out who that is. Big interception here with 8:29 to go in the game, and that is Dante Jackson. Dante Jackson. He's been in the league a little bit, 30 years old. Able to snare an interception off of Aaron Rodgers after a ball that was dropped by Calvin Austin, number 19 of the Steelers. And man, that's not the first Steelers drop tonight. Oh, and they showed a shot. Rodgers was mouthing something like fucking Austin drops it fucking again or some shit. Oh, Chargers have this at the Steeler 39. Eye for him here for Herbert. He will hand that off to Vidal following Matlock up the middle, and that's not going to get very far. Gain of 2 or 3 on that. It's going to set up 2nd down and long there for him. They're showing the division odds here. Broncos with a 50% chance to win the division. However, the Chargers do have the buff. If they can get back to tying the Broncos, they will be on top once again. The Broncos are going to walk out of this weekend still with a 1-game lead over the Chargers in the AFC West. They got a 2.5-game lead over the Chiefs, who they will play next week on Sunday. Going to motion Quentin Johnston over. It's a single back set. Herbert hands it off to Vidal once again, and he's still not going to get very far. It's a gain of 3 on the last play. They maybe give him 1 or 2 on this one to set up 3rd and 5 or 6. Collinsworth and Tarico are giggling about something in the booth. Too bad I can't hear it, because if I turn the volume up too loud, my mic picks it up, and then I'm going to get copyright nuked. And I'm a tiny little channel, and they'll still kill me. They'll send me into the ether. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's not Pittsburgh's night. I don't know how many more times I gotta say it, but it is not Pittsburgh's night. Herbert in the gun, 3rd and 6, takes the snap, pitches it out to Vidal going left side, and he's got a wide open lane and a block. And he's gonna back down to about, I believe, that what looks to be the 30. We got a flag down. They pull him up here. We'll see what this call is. They're going to get offensive holding, so bring that play back. They get it on Z Johnson, number 77. I think that's a tackle or one of the interior guards for him. He's looking up at the Jumbotron trying to figure out what he did. Harbaugh's looking up there trying to figure out what he did. It's going to back the Chargers up 10, make it 3rd and 16 now. With 7 minutes to go in the game and ticking down, 6:57, and the clock's going to run here. Calvin Austin is pissed at himself, and you can tell. Back to the Pittsburgh 45 for this one, 3rd and 16. Herbert will take the snap from, he's standing in midfield. Takes a snap, dropping back, quick drop. Now he's going to scramble around a little bit, and TJ Watt is going to wrap him up here. 3 Steelers are going to help him hold him in place. That's going to bring up 4th down, and the Chargers punting unit. Steeler defense does something. It's tired. Or I'm tired. That's how you know we're dying here. Steelers take their second time out with 6:35 to go. Playing this game like they think they still got a chance to get back in this thing, not the way your offense is playing. It's gonna bring out J.K. Scott for the Chargers, who hasn't done a bunch since the second half opened up. Chargers have been moving the ball rather well. Of course, Dicker does have the missed field goal that would have made it even more of would have put it even further out of reach. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm just waiting for this game to end. I think all of America is. I'm interested to see the viewership numbers by quarter on this one, because good lord, this was not a good game to watch. Here we go. J.K. Scott on to punt this thing. They will snap this from the Steeler 48. Excuse me. Snap is back. Scott will get it off. Scot-free. Aha. And it'll be fair caught. Muffed. And it's the Chargers ball. Charger ball, the return man muffs it. That is Washington, number 85. And the sad and awful everything continues for the Steelers on a night where they can do nothing right. It's a fair catch, and he just doesn't completely get to it. Realizes that, hits him in the hands, bounces, takes a Chargers bounce after that. Off. And it's recovered by the Chargers. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, so you got a drop by Calvin Austin and now a muff by Washington. It's going to be an interesting Mike Tomlin press conference, I can tell you that much. Williams may not field another kick in this game. Partially because they're that far down. Partially because, well, he just muffed a kick. Chargers offense going to come back out now, and they got a chance to add a little more insult to injury onto this one. Herbert under center. He's going to motion Fink into the backfield as a fullback. Snaps it, fakes a screen, hands off to Vidal, and that's going to get blown up by Cam Hayward, taking out a little anger, it looked like, on the poor Kaimani Vidal. Waiting for the pile to disband there before Herbert helps him up. Brings up second down now. It's a loss of a couple for the Chargers. 6:07 and counting down now. Clock will tick under 6 minutes. They lose 4 on the play. It's going to set up 2nd and 14. Chargers don't really need to do much, though. They got a field goal in the pocket that would make it a 22-point game. And 25-3 here. Just Pittsburgh with nothing. I form once again for Herbert. 2 receivers on the left. They motion Matlock around a little bit, who blows up one guy trying to get in, but they're still going to lose yards. It's going to go as probably a loss of 2, set up 3rd and 16 now, and we'll see what the Chargers try to do here, if they try to do anything at all. Clock going to tick below 5 minutes between these plays. And it seems like the Chargers are trying to get out of here just as much as we are, because they are taking their sweet time. They caught a loss of 1 there, 3rd and 15. Now for the Chargers, who are essentially in victory formation, but just not quite there. I form set now. They're going to motion Fink to the left side. Matlock in at fullback once again. Herbert snaps it, hands it off. Once again, Vidal. He's going to get some positive yards finally. Just not a whole ton there. Maybe gains 3 on the play. Gets onto the other side of the 30, or the 25. And that is going to bring out Cameron Dicker to boot a kick through. He missed from 55 earlier, made one from 59. So a little bit of an interesting game from him. And he'll have a chance to make his stat line look just a little prettier. It's going to be an easy kick for him when they do bring him out for the field goal here. We're still staring at Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth as they bring the units out onto the field. I think I think they're delusional. I think they've been sneaking flask shots. So it's going to be Dicker on to kick this thing, and this will come from the left hash. Snapped at the 25. It's going to be a 42-yard attempt here for Mr. Cameron Dicker. Snap is down, kick is up, and it barely hooks back inside of the uprights. 25-3. LA with the lead. They're going to get a convincing home win to keep pace in the AFC West, and they will remain a game behind the Broncos. Remember, these two teams do have a game later this season, Week 18, that could potentially be for the division. It's going to be a better version of 2008 for anyone that was alive or watching football at that time. Jay Cutler and Phillip Rivers, the mid-off, he had an 8-7 team versus a 7-8 team. Broncos blew a 4-game division lead at 8-4, and yeah, they lost the division that day. And their playoff bid. So, you know. Oh, boy. So, seeding will not change. The Chargers, or the Steelers are still going to stay on top of the AFC North. But now it's only going to be by a single game. They'll be 5-4, whereas the Ravens behind them are going to be 4-5. And if the Ravens can get back to 500 next week, there is a very, very solid chance that the Steelers can lose the division, the lead next week. Not sure what the Steelers' schedule looks like going from here, but I know the Ravens have a very, very favorable schedule. Yeah, we'll look at the Steelers' schedule coming up here, because it's, man, they're going to need to pray for some easy matchups. They've got the Bengals next week on in the 11 a.m. time slot, and then the week after that, it's they go to Chicago to play the Bears in another 11 a.m. time slot. So the Steelers do have a couple of favorable matchups coming up. It's just going to be, can this offense do anything? I think Rodgers is finally running out of gas. I really think he is. Yeah, they got the Bengals for the third time, or for the second time in about a month. It'll be an exact month since that last matchup there. Bengals won a high-scoring game, 33-31. This game will be in Pittsburgh. Then, yeah, they got the Bears, and the Bills in Pittsburgh week after that. And then to open their month of December, they got the Ravens in Baltimore, the Dolphins in Pittsburgh, the Lions in Detroit, Browns in Cleveland, and then the Ravens in Pittsburgh on January 4th. Woof. Woof. Chargers or Steelers probably just going to try and fizzle out this last 4 minutes and 54 seconds after the Chargers field goal. Chasing 22 points with no timeouts left. So here we go, Dicker on to boot this thing back to a hapless Steelers offense. And here we go, going to boot it to the back of the end zone pretty much. That will be knelt down for a touchback. And Aaron Rodgers and this Steelers offense are just going to be looking to get the hell out of here. Rodgers has been under pressure all night, though, man. Like, this Steelers, or the Chargers pass rush has pretty much been all over him, affecting his throws. He overthrew DK Metcalf on a play where he had him open for a touchdown earlier in the game. And Rodgers has just been missing passes, too. It hasn't purely been everybody else. There's been a couple of drops in there, but Rodgers has not played good either. Here we go out of the gun. Rodgers, quick throw. He's got a man at the 41-yard line. That's Calvin Austin. He had the drop on the last drive. Steelers still going to move a little quickly, but not nearly as fast as they were trying to go last drive. Definitely without the speed gain of 6 up to the 41. Play fake. They screen it out to Freiermuth, and Freiermuth trucks through a defender, and he will carry on into Charger territory down to the Charger 44-yard line. 4:20 and change now counting down, and they will be looking for at least a garbage time score. That's all they can hope for at this point. 1st and 10 to the Charger 44. Rodgers with an empty backfield. Sitting there in the gun, takes a snap. 5-step drop for Rodgers. Pumping, and then he gets blasted as he's trying to dirt the ball here. Rodgers, old man Rodgers, a bit slow getting up. was still able to pull himself up, but he has taken a beating tonight. Sets up 2nd and 10. It's incomplete. Harbaugh wants a grounding call, and the refs are sitting there talking about it. They're going to say no grounding. He had a man in the area. Don't quite know what they're going on here. Are they saying that he was looking for his running back over in the flat? I'm not sure what they're saying he was throwing at there. It goes as no grounding. So screw it. 2nd and 10 for Rodgers at the 44-yard line of the Chargers. Steelers offense looking to do anything with these final 4 minutes before another date with Cincinnati, or for a date with another one with Cincinnati. My God, I can't talk. Calvin Austin, target there, out of bounds on it. Incomplete, brings up 3rd and 10 with 3:59 to go. Yeah, the merciful end of this game. Steelers just looking to really get out without any more injuries. They had a couple of defensive backs exit the game earlier today. And I believe they had Jalen Ramsey actually playing corner again for a little bit. But yeah, we saw, who was it, Darius Slay exit the game, as well as there was another one that they lost as well. Joey Porter. They're just trying to get out healthy here. Gainwell will empty the backfield. Goes to the bottom of the screen, left side. Play clock down to 2. They get it off. Rodgers, short drop. Looking left side. He's got DK Metcalf for a first down. Gets to the Charger 33-yard line. Gain of 11. That'll move the chains there. They finally get a 3rd down conversion. 3:55 to go. Clock stops at 3:55. And yeah, Steelers just looking to pick up the pieces on this thing. And we'll see what they're able to get here. From the Charger 33, Gainwell will be kind of in the backfield, a little more split out than in the backfield. Rodgers taking the snap now, short drop, short throw out to Gainwell, and Gainwell immediately tackled after he catches it. Gain of 1 for the Steelers, and they're gonna hurry to the line here. 3:44 and ticking down for him now. Trying to score and get any sort of morale boost going here. The Steelers defense played all right for most of the game. They just gave up too many big plays, man. It's going to be a 2-by-1 set here for Rodgers. Shooting over the middle to Jonnu Smith, and that's going to be another modest gain. Looks to be a gain of 4. It'll set up 3rd and 5. Rodgers trying to get everybody gathered at the line here. Chasing 22. Got 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Counting down. DK not having his best day at all. Of course, Rodgers isn't either. 3rd and 4 now from the Charger 27. Rodgers trying to get everybody set up. Trips to the right side. Rodgers dropping. Rodgers throwing. He is a man on a slant route. That is number 10. And Wilson will spin for a Steeler touchdown. They've done it. The Steelers have scored a touchdown. Roman Wilson gets the first Steeler touchdown of the day. Makes it 25-9, and we're likely just to see the point after unit come out here with Boswell. Gets off on a slant there, a little bit of a pick, has somebody running outside of him, and Wilson gets there. So now Boswell going to be on for the extra point. It'll be a 15-point game if he makes it. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. Steelers, good Lord. Able to tack on a little bit of a pity touchdown, and I've screwed the numbers up a tiny bit. Oh, jeez Louises. So the Steelers finally score a touchdown with 3 minutes and change to go in the game. Oh, they're not going to go to commercial break yet. They'll save that mercifully for the 2-minute warning, thankfully. Oh, boy. Chargers probably just going to try and run this thing out a little bit here. Steelers going to be looking for another little bit of a garbage time score if they get the ball back. Steelers don't have any timeouts, though. So be shocked if we don't see an onside kick here. Even though, I mean, really, they've got no realistic chance of winning this thing. I wonder what the probability looks like on this one. But the Steelers are going to have a lot to work on going into Cincinnati week here. It'll be their second meeting. They'll have it in Pittsburgh. It's going to be a lot here. I mean, you got the East Coast team going to the West Coast, though, and you kind of get the opposite effect, or the same effect, I feel like. But I believe we are going to see Boswell and the Steelers try an onside kick. We are 3 for 35 on onside attempts this season, and I still really think the NFL needs to consider the 4th and 18 rule. Of course, they don't like fun, so they won't. Boswell lined up to boot this thing. Try and get the ball back here for the Steelers. It's going to pop it there. Nice little bit of roll, and it is fielded and knelt down by the Chargers at the 49. So they're going to have it in Pittsburgh territory to start this out. That is Keenan Allen out there on the hands team. Able to field that thing like he's a second baseman with a hard grounder coming at him. And that's got to be hard, man. You've got a weird oblong shape rolling straight at you. I mock Jesus. There's gonna be a little bit of room to be a little bit pants shit right there. But he's able to field it. Chargers do get the ball back, and I do need to adjust accordingly. So 1st and 10 now from the Pittsburgh 49. Steelers show blitz. Keenan Allen in motion. They run a jet sweep to him, going to the right side there. Able to break out of one tackle before finally getting brought down. Probably going to call that a gain of 7, maybe 8 on that one. Chargers feeling good about themselves, and they should, because they have decimated this Pittsburgh team tonight, and they can just run this clock out. Probably run this about as close to the 2-minute warning as they can before they take a timeout on that. Keenan Allen goes and gets a bunch of yards for the guys. Surprised to see them come out in the gun, run such an exotic play call there at this stage of the game, but who cares? Steelers can't stop you tonight. Why not? They are running this thing down as far as they can before they take the timeout on that. They're showing the Keenan Allen to Antonio Gates, and that. Oh, I see what they were doing. They were getting him. The reception record. Keenan Allen has the most receptions in in Charger history. Passes Antonio Gates at 9:55 or 9:56. And he will write his name into the record books. It's a sweet moment there that's a sweet moment for Keenan Allen and the Chargers, man. On a night where they're already beating the piss out of whoever, they jet pass it to him to get him another reception. He gets 7 yards on it. That's a cool sight to see. That's cool. You love to see shit like that. I don't care for the Chargers, but you do love to see cool shit like that. Brandon Perna will have that on cool shit and power rankings on Wednesday. You bet your booty. So no commercial break here for the 2-minute warning, so we are just going to go right in and out. I think NBC understands that everybody is about ready to go home. There's already fans leaving the stadium. Mike Tomlin is a little pissed about something. Refs are kind of laughing at him there. They're all smiles. Of course, Mike Tomlin's not. His team's getting their ass beat. It's 2nd and 3 now for the Chargers. Keenan Allen does come out of the game. He's chopping it up with Antonio Gates over there on the sideline. Longtime tight end for the Chargers. One of the all-time greats. Herbert comes out in the gun. They motion Fisk to the left side. 2 receivers on the right. Takes a snap. He will hand it off to Vidal. Vidal looking for room. Vidal finds none. Of course, not that it matters there. Herbert's the first guy to go in and help his guy up. Minute 48 and ticking down now, and at this point, we are just trying to get out of this game. Minute 40 and ticking down now. Allen's going to come back into the game. He just wanted to shoot the shit with his with Antonio Gates there for a minute. He's like, hey, I passed you, Lamau. 3rd and 5. We'll see if the Chargers vouch to throw for this thing and get another first down. Allen's hand warmer fell off. That's a little depressing. Herbert, single back set with Vidal in the backfield. Runs it down as far as he can. Snaps it at 2. Hands it off, going left side. Vidal looking for a little bit of push, and he's got it. First down, Chargers. And that's gonna be the ball game. Your final will be 25-10. All they got to do now is kneel this one out. And I wonder if they let Keenan Allen take the snap there in victory formation. I think they should. He just broke an all-time record. He just broke an all-time Chargers record. No, he's coming out of the game. No, let him go out in victory formation. Come on. So Herbert's going to line up to kneel this thing out. He does. That is your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The Steelers' playoff probability drops to 41%. They now only have a 1-game lead over the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC North. That's going to be all from me tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. We had 2 great streams today, this being one of them. Ender Games was here for most of the game. This was a pain to watch, absolutely. At least the streams were good, though, on our end. We'll have Broncos and Chiefs, obviously, coming up next week. I might try and do a little in-between video if I can squeeze in the time. Watch out Friday. I'm going to be doing a gaming stream over on the gaming channel. I'm going to have the full day off. Rare day off just for shits and giggles. So yeah, Thursday night, Friday, we are going to do us a little bit of streaming.